Wait. Hold on here. Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, it is.
It's the barbershop.
Yes.
Wait, I mean, we can't talk street in the barbershop. Then where can we talk street? We can't talk street nowhere else. You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation. That's all.
You gotta tell who the pop down.
It ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Why you gotta tell?
All right, we are back in this thing, man. Back to the conversation, man. And you know, the conversation was great, I think, in the show. How did you think the show went, my guy?
It went good, man. I wanted to ask you, because I know you got kids. I wanted to ask you, like, the age of your kids. But it went good, man. I was just trying to come from a point of, like, my generation was maintained, and I want to be those, that father and that marriage that trains your kids up. And I don't think a lot of us are told to train your kids up. You're on mute.
All right, that was my daughter. All right, Coach Bird. Oh, I see him down there. He coming up. But yeah, man. What was your question again?
No, I said I was just going to ask you, like, I know you got daughters and kids, and I was saying, like, how are you training your daughters up? And I was saying, like, the reason why I was getting pushback because I've seen my generation and the older generation not really train their kids up. They just maintain them. And so, kind of one of our conversation as upcoming parents and new parents to be like, hey, train your kids up this way. Because I see from other cultures, and they be winning. Their kids be not having all this college debt. They be getting into trades, X-ray technician. You know what I mean? They be sticking together, and they be doing well and marrying young because they're trained a certain way. My generation was maintained. I mean,
Yeah, in the world that we're living in right now, I think that I think it's going to get to a point Arpane alluded to earlier. In the next 25 years, you're not going to have black and white on applications anymore. You're not going to have, I mean, it's going to be the melting pot. It's going to be the melting pot.
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be, I think, man, right now, the way that white women are loving on these black men and they're reaching out to these men and want to be married to them and have their babies and all this other shit, bro. And just to think about it, I love black women. I love them. But at the same time, to see that these women have been standing by their men for so many years, and now that they're making a little bit more money than him, they feel like they're above him, and now he's secondary. The family comes before him, the job comes before him, the girl trips come before him. Like, and you see the women online being ratchet, and they even married women. I just saw a slew of black women graduate college as doctors.
Yeah.
And as they got their diploma, somebody turned on some ratchet music and they started tuning up and started twerking on the floor. You can see they panties, their ass and everything. These are doctors.
But you said one thing though, BMU, that's not true. Black women are not really family oriented.
They're not what
anymore.
now?
Family. They're not family. The modern black woman is not family oriented.
Oh yeah.
Their definition of family is not what we call family, right? They a lot of them are promoting single motherhood. That's not family,
right?
That's not village either, you know. And so, so I just, like I said, the world belongs to the young, to the future, and stuff like that. And I'm just saying, you got to start sometimes extrapolate how things are going into how you see the future. Now, like I said, I've seen a lot. And I argue, and I never really say this to everybody. When I come back and say, listen, I don't like some of the shit I'm hearing. And a lot of people say, well, you're this and you're that. I said, well, I've been hearing the same shit, but I've been hearing it 20 years more than you. You know, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? People 45, 50, they've been hearing the same shit. I'm saying I'm 67 and we're still saying the same fucking fuck shit. Ain't nothing changed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're going down this abyss. We say the white man this, the white man that. I'm saying, well, you know what? I've been hearing the same
So
shit.
Payne, I want to ask you a question directly for the audience. Yeah. Is it okay for your daughter to marry a white man?
If he meets the qualifications, I'm not gonna have any problem with it.
And okay, so one day I sat down and had dinner. And when I sat down and it was lunch. I was sitting down having lunch and at this Mexican restaurant, and I looked over in the corner, and the person I was with said, "Look over in the corner over there." So I looked in the corner, and I saw a black family and a white family at this really nice restaurant, and they were all sitting together. They were laughing and hugging on each other. And you can tell that they just had a baby in the family. I guess it's a new baby in the family. Because the white son was married. No, the black son was married to the white girl.
Right, right.
And they were all sitting together at the table. And they was conversing and dapping each other up. And they was holding the baby and taking selfies. And I'm hearing the two daddies talk, the white dad and the black daddy. Hey, you want to go shoot some golf later? All right, man, the court should be a little cooler around 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, no problem. Hey, I'll stop by and pick you up. Okay. And I'm thinking, damn, like the family structure that they had, to see that both of their families there, both of the daddies, both of the moms, right? The moms could probably be at home drinking lemonade while the dad is at the golf course. Well, but I'm just saying that's how it's going to be in the next 20 years. And if we're teaching our kids who's going to be here in the next 20 years, then we got Houston. We have a problem.
No, hold on for a second now. Let's be straight. I didn't teach my kid that, right?
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying if people are telling their kids don't date with nothing but your color, that's gonna be a problem in 25 years. I said
both ways. I'm thinking, I think if you have preferences and the way you come off to your children, you gotta really be careful, right? Because part of your character goes along with what you say.
Right.
Because you put your kids out into the world, right? And you put your kids out in the world, they got to interface with white people. They got to, we're going to always be, I hate to use the word minority in this country. They got to go, if they're going to work, if they're going to build something, they're going to build businesses, they got to interface with white people. It's going to be hard to dissociate yourself as a black person from dealing with anybody else but just other blacks. So here I am as a parent, and I'm sitting down here talking to my daughter. You know that white motherfucker? These white dudes, I want you. I'm not gonna put that negativity into my kids. Now that's me. Everybody else can do it because even though I hope my kids cleave and marry a black man, I don't put that negativity out there. Like my house was a hub for kids because my girl went to a school right down the block from me. I mean, he was blessed, my youngest. And so when parents couldn't pick up their children, they used to come over my house until their parents got off of work. These were a rainbow of kids, right? Black, Hispanic, white, and all that kind of stuff. So I raised my kids so they could be comfortable no matter who they're around. Blacks, whites, and all that shit. So I'm not going to say that now. Even if my hope is for them to marry, I'm not going to be the one to put a seed of that kind of, because I don't think that's godly. As far as I'm concerned, I really don't think that's my thing because, and I'm not the most religious guy, but me being openly prejudiced against and cut my girls, if I had sons, I would say the same thing. Or from falling for whoever, white, Hispanic, or whatever, I think that would be doing them a disservice. And they would look at me, that shit would come back on me to say, my father had these real prejudices against this guy. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy. Man, I have some real deep conversations with white dudes, Hispanic guys, black people, all that kind of shit, man. We're people of the world. And I said this, I'm gonna land it right here. I'm gonna just say,
go ahead.
I think that we are more than just the color of our skin.
Right. And now before you say something, young bull, JT, right after him, I want to hear JT's answer. Like, is he okay if his daughter comes home with Benjamin and say, "Daddy, this is the man I love. This is the man I want to marry." And this I'm gonna be. I just want to, because I know I think I know what he's gonna say, but I want the audience to hear what he's gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay. As a man, I'm gonna say last podcast I was wrong, right? So let me correct it. I was wrong as a man. I was wrong what I was saying and how I thought. Let me clarify what I should have said, and I'm gonna put it down straight down the middle. My daughter could come home with any race of man. I just don't want her to have the mindset of most of these black girls out here thinking the white man's ice is colder than the black man's. So if it's driven off a division of I can't stand these niggas, so let me get a white man, then I'm not cool with it. But like JT and Payne and BMU, I was wrong what I said last podcast, but I'm gonna just correct it. She can bring home whoever she want to bring home, as long as you're not saying white man's ice is colder than the black man. And I'll end that right there, because you have a lot of them saying that right now on Facebook, on social media. These niggas ain't shit. White man's ice is more is colder, and they treat you better, and all that other stuff. I'm not cool with that. And my God willing, my daughter ain't gonna think that way. You know what I mean? So she can bring home who she want. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna teach her how to love somebody, and her mom's gonna teach her that, and I'm gonna just be the example. No matter what color that guy is, I gotta accept it. You know what I mean?
JT, the floor is yours, brother.
So, yeah, it's not that I don't care. Again, my whole thing is that the content of what the character is, how they treat her, those things that's there. My preference is my preference, but her preference is hers. That's just where I'm at. I'm not going to, at this point right now, try to dictate what type of man that, or what color of man that she should have. Now, my whole thing is that again, the type of character that she got, the type of man that she brings with her, I'm going to be absolutely looking at what type of man this is.
Right.
I don't, his color is not my concern. It's just not at this point right here. So if she brings home Chad or whoever the hell he is, I'm gonna vet him just like I vet the men that that they talk to now. That's just what it is. I'm just not. That's not my emphasis right now. It's what it is what it is, man.
So what about Ferg though? Ferg said his son he got to bring home. He can't bring home no white snow bunny. It ain't gonna be up to you either.
Right. That's why I said I can say my expectations are what I want, but he's out there in the world and he's running into all races of women. He tell me it don't matter.
He's knocking him down. He's knocking him. He's lining up and knocking him down.
I ain't gonna say he's moving, like I used to move, but again, the issues may be similar, but some will be different. And in just my experience of watching it, most, just to speak on this real quick, most people on YouTube, they done already been beat down by life. They done already been beat down. They done chose the wrong dudes, and they expect the dudes all of a sudden be changed, but you picked them up on the block. And so you didn't want the guy that was ready to go to the military and work at the garbage company. You want the dude that was going to flash and show you the little flash on the block. Now you done been beat up. Now you coming back talking about, oh, I may try something else. Go try something else. However, most race of men, they want a submissive, feminine, fit, cooperative woman. You going to cooperate or they going to dismiss you or you going to bring the money. If you got the money, you can be any size they want, as long as you bringing something to the table. Unless you getting a regular dude. Yeah, a regular white dude, yeah, he might be fascinated by you. But a dude that's, making good money, they can support an entire family, he has expectations and requirements. That's the thing. Are you willing to live up to those expectations and requirements? And I'll say this and I'll shut up, man. Listen, I can't dictate, who my son fall in love with. She just can't participate in cooking nothing over here. She can come, sit, be nice. She ain't making no potato salad. She ain't got to bring nothing. But it's still up to each person, man. I think,
Let me ask you a question first.
No, let me go before you answer. You gotta ask the question. I'm sorry.
About to take off.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. First, the question I have is, as an older, mature man, how old's your son?
22.
Okay, 22. So still wet behind the ears. What if you see something in her that he don't see that can lead him down a path that he don't want to go? Are you gonna pull him to the side after she leave and correct it and say, hey, don't bring that girl around here no more? Like, how are you going to tackle that situation when you see her do something and you, as an old fox, you've been there, done that, and you're like, I know where this is going. What is your advice to your son, if you do have advice?
I'll let my wife tell him.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll let her tell it because she may use more tact than me. I'll try to exploit it to him. I may not go about it the right way.
But as a 22-year-old dude that was 22 sooner than you were, because you're older than me, I may think, hey, my mom's just jealous, man. She jealous. I ain't gonna listen to her. I'm gonna shoot my mom out because my mom loved me and she just want me to herself. So why would you just let?
But if he's listening to the messages throughout the years, he also knows that, like it's already been mentioned, that she must possess certain characters about herself. If she's not, carrying herself with those character traits, she doesn't possess them, then I want him to identify those flags. I'm not going to just let him go like, oh, well, she treats me nice. But how is she representing you also? And there may be some growing pains, because listen, I asked my father this question. I said, why you never told me about sex? He said, what was I to tell you? Soon as you stuck your little thing in one of them women, everything I told you was out the window. So to my son, I just understand this based off, and it has nothing to do with race, that most white women who are of any substance, that come from any type of family lineage, their expectation for you to support them is very high, higher than a sister. It's very high. You're gonna work. I don't know too many high caliber. I ain't talking about the little regular who mom work at the factory.
But what we talking about though? What we talking about, Coach? I mean,
but the expectation,
when you're going from 0 to 100 degrees, most people ain't at those levels. Most people are, every man, black, white, everybody's just regular. And the reason
so you may get a white girl who may cheat on you. You may get a white girl who will go down the same road.
Just women, period. Most black people, white people, Hispanic, we're all regular. All these people we're talking about up here and these high expectations. These are exceptional fucking people. The biggest grift in social media is this notion of 50-50.
But
no, I'm just serious. I don't think
he was saying that pain.
No, let me finish. I mean, because when we start using examples of people's expectations, we lose the bubble. Black women, white women, a lot of women have these stupid expectations. I'm saying that and just because she's white and has high expectations, no different than a fucking black woman with high expectations. It's the same fucking shit.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
Exactly the same.
That's not what he was saying, though.
I mean, if she's going to reject you as a white woman because she's up here, a black woman's going to reject you as a black woman because she's up here. The problem is that most of us are talking to regular people. We shouldn't be looking for people with those stupid expectations. They should be eliminated from your thoughts. We are if you're talking to your son, I'm talking to my daughter, most people are right here in the world. the whole world is fucking 50-50. People been working, black men and women, white men and women, both have been working for decades and for years, for centuries. If you start looking at the percentage of men who've been able to be single parent, single breadwinners in a household has always been below 30%.
I don't think that's Pain. I don't think that's what he's saying. From what I can adjust from what Berg was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of these white women have high expectations of you got to have something going for you. Because a lot of these sisters out here don't be going after
women. Tell me how.
No, it's not. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I see a lot. I see a lot of black. Okay, your daughters may be different, but I see a lot of black. I live in Texas. Hey, I see a lot of black girls that was around my age to where they didn't care what you had going on as long as you had a section, a car, and a house. But from other race of women, what I think Ferg is saying is you got to have something going for yourself. Not say to be rich in a mansion in Orlando, but I'm saying that white woman, she's not going to bring you home if you don't got nothing going for yourself. That don't say you're a millionaire. It's just saying what you got going for yourself.
You just said the black woman wants you to have a house and this and that, but she doesn't want to have.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said a lot of black. I said a lot of black girls like dudes that. I said a lot of black girls that was in my age range. I'm 34 now. They like superficial shit.
So white girls don't like superficial fucking men?
But not most of them.
No,
that's not most of them.
That's absolute bullshit.
What I was saying,
on, man. No fucking white girls want a superficial.
What I was saying was,
out there.
I don't. Okay, go ahead.
So, despite what we're talking about, there's two things I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
In reality, we only marry outside of our race at 12% and 13%. That's it. Okay. And it goes with education. Most regular smuggler people, yes, we have more access to those. In other cultures where the women have more access to their fathers, those numbers are small where they marrying us, where they choosing black men. Ain't no top, ain't no middle class. Ain't too many middle class white girls marrying, I don't know, lower middle class brothers. It ain't going down.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. To make your argument, you're pairing up middle class white women with lower class black men. Why are you doing that? That's just not a good fucking comparison.
No, what I'm saying is most brothers want a top tier woman that they don't qualify for.
A middle class white woman is a top tier woman?
No.
What are you talking about?
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. Pain, you gotta listen. Pain, that's not what he said.
He's saying a lot of shit. We're comparing a white woman who might be a middle class woman, but she ain't gonna pair herself with a lower middle class black. Of course not. I mean,
you're not gonna see that at all. The thing is this. When you have, and that's why I said earlier in the other show when I was saying that we trying to act like that black folks and white folks ain't mixing with each other. We trying to act like there's a huge difference between American blacks and American whites. It's not a huge difference. If you see a white woman with a black man, they're going to be in the same fucking class. They met each other so many different ways. Work. Correct. They met each other at school. They met each other. It's a whole lot of different ways. That's where that's why I think we're just doing a disservice to the younger generation when we giving this misnomer out here where we're sitting back saying that black people are not dating outside of their race. Like, it's not growing. It is not. That's not true. Man, I live where I live at. You could go in a grocery store. You can go into whatever, a rec center. You can see people walking around, and guess what they look like? Interracial. You seeing
Correct. It? That's what we're saying.
No, but somebody just said back and said you mixed up the lowered men to this high top tier woman that was white, and they're not looking.
That's not what Ferguson. That's not what Ferguson.
They're just as superficial as black women are. Just you have women that are just as superficial.
Let Ferg say it again, because I don't want to go. I'm giving. You might be saying that the only person who can get to is 7, because maybe because I'm usually on your side, Coach Ferg.
I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not. The Beckys that got ran through the projects and hanging out, those are the women who may look for a man, and I could consider them regular women. They might have been trailer trash, grew up in a single home. So most of them that grow up with a 2-parent home are not going with Pookie and Ray Ray. They're not choosing a dude that's working at the bus company.
We're talking about the average black.
What I'm saying is, even those women choosing brothers who got something going for themselves. They're not just running up on
That's
a
not
dude.
true, bro. That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true. You're not gonna have. You're gonna go ahead.
Ferg, what state you in? Ferg, hold on. Ferg, what state you in, Ferg?
Kentucky area. Kentucky.
Well, let's accept this thing, because every time you mention the
even them, everybody who's dating mixed race, they poor.
You keep talking about Pookies and Ray
Pookies and Ray Rays.
I'm talking about the average fucking working.
The average dude.
Wait a minute. The average black man wants the average black man wants a black woman.
Yes.
The average black man wants a black woman.
Yes.
Yes. And the average black woman don't want the average black man.
Well, hold on. Before we go there. But that still doesn't negate the fact that if you go through social media, there's a whole lot of average white women who like black men. There's a whole lot of Spanish women.
But that's not a lot. Social media don't represent a lot. It's a small number. In the real world.
Hold on for a second. Here's where we have a problem, right? Because I agree with you. But social media is a reflection of what's going on out there. There's millions of people on it. It's not like just onesies and twosies. There's a lot of people talking. They got millions of fucking followers.
Okay.
I mean, so we can sit down and try to minimize it. Like, it's not the real world, but you can't ignore the art and the life. So black men,
but they're still not choosing.
Hold on, man. Women ain't supposed to. You're supposed to choose them.
Even when the man with them, they still don't accept them.
So you miss out on them. I'm not saying the average black guy is going to get some fucking white beauty queen. You keep trying to compare those things.
They all ugly to me.
White woman is not going to go for a black man, just like the average black man marries a black woman. So we're trying to say, nobody's trying to push that there's some influx of millions and millions of white women who want black men. We all still mostly date within our race. And white women, just like black men, and black people and white people still largely marry within their race. But that shit, those numbers are starting to change.
Correct.
You can't ignore that.
Do you know why they're changing? They're changing because a lot of black men are actually stepping out their race and getting somebody that wants to be with them.
That's true.
But they're still not running to the white women. They run into other races of women.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
It don't have to be exclusively white women. It's just not black women. It's just not exclusively black women anymore. And see, here's the thing. Here's the biggest rift. This whole thing that they say black men, when they get white women, they're looking at a come up. The real projection is that black women in general want white men. There's a lot of that. Listen, black women who have any success, if you look on a scale of the most desirable men, it's a white man. And on that scale, even when black women are telling the truth, they want a white man. That's why when they get any money, and that's why all the black bitches that are in politics, they all got white husbands. They try to elect a fucking fake black woman who's taking DNA from a white man, right? She was just, I mean, so all the stars, all of them, the Supreme Court justices who don't even know what a fucking woman is, she got a white husband. You start looking at all these women who have success, black women have success, they're all taking DNA from white men.
Hold on for a minute, Payne. Hey, Sean, if you got to bring your camera up, bro. to come up on so we can pull you up, bro. Most definitely. Go ahead.
Yo, Sean, what you hiding for, man? Get out of here. Take your
They're hiding and shit.
But for the question of the live, I don't think white women are the prize, and I don't think black men are thinking white women are the prize. I don't see a lot of my black peers, men, be like, oh yeah, white women are the prize. You got to get white women. No, I'm literally saying, get your passport, go where you appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that, but this, even when you talk about the whole passport thing and being abroad and all of that stuff, there's still a very small minority of brothers that's doing that. And even when you do that, this is the craziest part about it. When you start going over into other countries, you have to actually know what you're doing when you get over there. If you are not having success over here, what makes you think that you're going to be having success over there either? It's not the fact that we're not having success meeting women. We're not having success to the point where we can at least get to a point where we can consider marriage. Right. That's where the problem is. It's not me, because if you can't meet a woman and you are scared of women over here, it's going to be even worse over there, especially if you got to learn another language. So,
I think that's not fair either, because a lot of men who actually, we compare the guys who just going to try to get boxed. There are a lot of expats and passport brothers that we put them in this box. A lot of guys know how to travel internationally. You know how to travel internationally. So these guys have shit that's set up, so they know. So this, they might be going for fun and maybe for love. It varies. It's a spectrum. It's not all. Some guys just want box. They're gonna pay for it over there, and some guys want to.
But that's a different ball game. It's the whole thing is this intentional. What are your intentions, right? Because if your intention is just getting boxed, you can go overseas and get it. You can get it over here. You can, what I'm saying?
It's just cheaper over there.
I still look. Yeah, I still want them to. I still would advise, like I said, I still would advise black men to go travel, so you can at least see what family looks like, what culture looks like, what it looks like for a man to be respected. Because a lot of guys in the States don't go to the West Coast or the North or around other cultures, because we only travel 13 miles from where we grew up. Yeah. So I still would want, like I said, any man, but especially black men, to go overseas, because them airports look way different when you see mom, dad, and grandma or grandpa all together. Right. You ain't seeing women out of shape. You seeing men actually get loved on and get served. And so I seen that in the States. So just going overseas was just like a bonus of me just going for the culture that I like. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey man, what's going on, Sean? What's happening, man? What's going down, man?
My fellas, I missed y'all.
Hey,
what's going on, Sean?
You know what, Sean, we need to do? We need to get the fellas together at what's on Precious Show. We need to go ahead and get the fellas back together and have our own topics. So Precious. I think I got a perfect channel for that. I can bring some people over.
I haven't been on since the last time I saw y'all. So
yeah, man.
Okay.
I saw y'all here today. I was like, let me see what's going down with the brothers.
Yeah, man, most definitely. I've been back and forth, in and out myself. So yeah.
So have you seen the title, Sean? Have you seen the title here? No, white women. White women are the prize. They love black men to eat women.
Don't say that to Sean. Don't say that. Don't say that to Sean. Sean get excited. No, hell no, they ain't the prize. They are not the prize.
What you got to say about that, Sean?
You know what's about that? I'm not even really attracted to white women anymore. It was a time where I was. And I've dated a couple, but I'm not even there anymore. I don't know what it is, other than the fact that I just have a broader appreciation for my sisters. Now, the attitudes and the conflict that we're having with sisters right now don't make it easy. It don't make it easy. I'm staring off. I'm drifting away.
Oh man, that's funny, man. Good.
Man, try Asian, man. Try Asian.
Yeah, but it's still, yeah. What you just saying right there, Shine, it should hit home with folks, man, when you actually see what's actually happening. Like, even when people keep saying that, this is the internet and this is not, man, let me tell you something. This shit is not a microcosm anymore. This is a way of life right now. We are reporting what we see. As a matter of fact, some people report their own stuff now, don't they?
Yes.
All the things that's going on with them, you can actually see it. This is not people doing skits. This is people that's actually coming out here confessing to the internet. And they're getting likes and monetizing and all these different things. So when we start seeing it, especially doing content and then out here touching grass also, you be like, oh, nah, this shit is for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Even if they are not making their own content, you still see the ones that's actually, they getting it from somewhere, because everybody got the same damn talking points when you hear them. And you will hear people that don't, like, if they're not on like the panels that we be on, we challenge each other, right?
Right.
It makes our conversations end up evolving because we start talking a different way, because we're listening. We are actually listening to one another. We're actually letting this stuff roll over. But if you get out here and you start touching grass and you hear these folks, I'm telling you, they are still asking, especially if they're not listening to panels like how we listen to panels and talk on them. They're still talking about shit like, why do black men cheat? That is so 2009.
Yeah.
That is so, you know what I'm saying? Why is it that, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you hear them bring up stuff, you be like, we ain't talking about that no more. You got to catch up. You talking about all that old stuff. We done resolved all that stuff right there. Why black men cheating? It's kind of like, that's not what we talking about anymore.
Yeah.
What we talking about is,
especially since women cheat more than we do.
Right. There you go. So that's why women, like now with that little app that they got, that T app. Yes. They have no idea of how much trouble they're putting themselves in when you're dealing with, and especially dealing with these young guys. They are not going to give you a path. They ain't going to let it slide. They're not going to let it slide. So if you think that you can have an app where women can go out here and put pictures up on these dudes and they're not going to fight back, you're sadly mistaken, ma'am. It's going to get to the point where y'all going to start going right back to being the damn victims. Why are they doing this? Where did this come from? Men are just putting pictures of women or videos of women out here getting smashed by 10 men at the same time. Yeah, you asked for it. You poking the bear. Keep poking the bear. And I told him before, I said, keep poking the bear. Y'all play these games until it ain't fun no more.
You know those T app, right? The T app is probably against the law.
Hey, keep jumping me.
It's probably against the law already. I'm just into this. It's already against the law, because it's like when you couldn't do like the revenge porn for you left a girlfriend and you put her shit out there. To out men like that is probably illegal. Men just have to fight back.
But how this is the funniest thing. You really can't shame men on getting boxed.
No, not really.
How you gonna shame a man? But you can be shamed.
And that's
oh shit! You mean he stroked all of us?
You mean right?
You mean he stroked everybody here? Yeah, I did.
Don't understand. A lot of things they find shame in, we don't.
Right.
Don't find shame in how many we hit, whether we had a bad performance or not. We performed. We was in the game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We were in the game, and y'all let us in the game, and now you want to, we missed a shot or two, or we did. But we continuing to play the game. It don't matter. We got in the game. You should have kept us on the bench.
Yeah. And so what they're doing now, though, because they understand it, they're not idiots. They're understanding it, but this is what they don't understand. You sitting here talking about some man giving a bunch of women STDs. You talking about this man is going around, he got a small penis. See, they understand exactly that they can't shame a man saying that he's going around and smashing all the women in a certain vicinity. But they do understand that if I say that this man is giving people HIV and he sitting here with a small penis and he done ate ass and he doing all this, they understand. But what they don't see is the other part of it is that man going to sit back and all these men, and I'm talking about the younger generation. This younger generation, they don't have the decorum that we have in the older generation. They will treat these women as if they're pretty much on an equal standpoint, and they're going to try to knock their block off. You got the pictures and all that, but they got the videos. They sitting there and it's going to be bad. He still can get boxed, and women knowing that he's smashing other women. You going to get, like, it's going to make these women actually want to delete themselves, the things that come out with them. So they're definitely poking a bear.
It happened in high school.
Yeah. They're poking a bear.
That's why Snapchat came out.
Yeah.
Snapchat came out because Snapchat came out for the intent of, if you send something to somebody, it only was last a couple seconds, and if you screenshot, you can take that screenshot notification to the principal, get that dude out of here.
Yeah.
So screenshot was initially for that whole bullying and sharing girl pictures and guy pictures in school, so they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So, and those the thing is too, those type of apps is for the people that wants to be in the pissy damn pool. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be.
I think
for
a lot of
those
these
folks.
dudes want to be in pissy pool. I feel like a lot of these dudes want to be in it, and we have a lot of stray cats and stray dogs complaining about each other. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these dudes, they don't stand on shit. They don't they don't have the standard. Like, I could tell a dude, hey man, you like this girl, whatever, cool, right? You know, I'm older than you or around the same age. How many dudes are going to listen to the advice of, go see what type of music she listens to in her iTunes, who she follow, what kind of news she's listening to? A lot of dudes be like, oh no, you can't judge a girl off of that. You can't cancel a girl off that. Okay, cool. Okay, you get burned, cool. But I know if I'm reading something, listening to something, I'm taking that in, and that's kind of what I conform to be and how my view is. A lot of dudes don't want to do that. Put the hard work in of having to cancel out some cooch over something so little that can turn into so big of who a person is. Like if I was single now, I wouldn't date no sorority. But how many dudes would not listen to that? I mean, how many dudes would listen to that advice of not dating a girl in a sorority?
The sorority system, for example, just
because most of them been around the block. Most of them been around the block in college, and they got the whole boule as mindset. If you don't go to college, or if you ain't in school, then you ain't this type of person. So I wouldn't date no sorority at all. Hell no.
Okay. I hear you. All right,
so yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jason.
No, so when we're looking at it, this whole thing of white women is the prize, right? Like I've been working with my boy BMU for a very long time, so I understand why he will put the title of, white women are the prize. That's not actually what men say, but that is what women would say men think.
Right.
If they see a man with a white woman, they will say that this is what he's looking at. Right. You had a woman and you guys probably seen it. It was I seen a clip on a platform, one guy, two women. I can't remember the name of it. And the woman said, when I see a man with a black man with a white woman, all I think is he's weak. He's weak. He's a weak man, right? Then she said, but when I see a black woman with a white man, what I think is she's just tired. It's something that black man has done to make her move over. And I could not, even though I've heard the most ridiculous things from women, that still surprised me that someone would get on a platform, a woman would get on a platform and say something like that.
But women say dumb shit like that all the time.
They do that. They do that all the time on social media.
You know what's funny? Have you seen what's the brother from the Celtics? The After Dark show with the
Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Man, he has some. And Paul Pierce is an absolute brother, man. He's I mean, he sit down and he be cutting them off at the knees, right? Because he has the 100-foot worldview of a very rich man, understanding that I don't give a shit what any of you chicks say. You'll give your left nut, or left ovary to have a man like me.
Yeah, he was like, I'm the shit.
Yeah. Because you say all this bullshit, and I'm sitting down there when he's put Dr. Bryant in a place. He even had his co-hosts like humming and like Ralph Brown, he be laying them out.
I'm glad that it actually was refreshing because when I first started listening to Paul Pierce, because he'll let you talk, he'll let you get it all out. So you got to listen to my man, because I was thinking that he was about to do the whole Cam Newton shit. And then once I started, I said, oh, no. Paul Pierce is something different here. He's something different here. And I was glad to have heard someone say, especially at the capacity that he's at. I'm exactly what y'all talking about. I got all the money in the world. I'm a tall guy. I can get any woman pretty much that I want. And y'all sitting there talking crazy.
You told Dr. Bryant, so you this guy's work. You this guy's work.
So
she didn't know what to say after he just been busting you out for 5 years, right? You his work. And she come up with some bullshit like, I said, he's my man. That's the way he should go.
He set her up and knocked her down.
Paul Pierce is the first ones who actually doesn't have any effeminate traits.
Yeah.
Cam does. Nick does.
I was just about to say that because from this channel, I done seen that you guys said that he playing in a way to where he can get more interviews, and you can't be mad at it. But you're also saying y'all like how Paul Pierce. I would have went at Cayman show like Paul Pierce went.
Yeah.
So is the way to interview and podcast, is it how Cam should be doing it or how Paul Pierce is doing it? What's your opinions?
I agree. I personally like Paul because he's taking the position of not trying to get the chicks. He ain't trying to prove nothing to them. He just sharing with them his perspective. Whereas I feel the other ones, Nick and Cam, they're trying to please everybody. Paul is just doing it because I'm here. I share it. What the hell?
Yeah.
But Cam and Nick, and they're trying to people please, trying to be the savior of women, trying to be the man of men, and it just don't work that way.
Trying to be politically correct and all of that stuff. And it puts them in a conundrum with us as men, because this is the greatest thing about having a podcast and be able to react to other people's things. Because now we can sit back, and they just made it easier for us to say, no, we critique men too. Right? Y'all critiquing Kendra G's and all these women. Y'all hate women. Now they can't really say it anymore because we starting to have more men of what they call abundance of means. Some people like to call them high value men, and they would get up and we would see some of these so-called high value men that's talking just like women. But then when you got a Paul Pierce, it's a different way, right?
I was just about to say that too. Like, we can, instead of girls just throwing out, oh, you just jealous because he did it, it proves our point of, I know from your generation, JT, that nigga just a lame with money.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna show you how lame this nigga is with money. Cause look how he talking. Look how he trying to cater you. He not even speaking facts. So now it's not girls saying, oh, you just jealous because he got money. It's like, no, this nigga lame with money. And even with money, he's still not a man. And you still would cheat on him and go back, you know what I mean, to the barbershop and get dug out.
Yeah.
Like with casino. Hey, man, so this whole thing with the white woman, man, hey, what's my man's name? Shannon Sharp. Man, he got taken to the cleaners by a 19-year-old woman. She put the grift on his ass. He's a 60-year-old man and she put a well-planned grift on his ass like he was a toy, like she, you know, he paid up. You know what? Lead attorney says he thinks he paid up $33 million.
Yeah, he said and that was my. He said my. What did he say? My guess. He said, but he called it a educated guess.
Yeah, 13 million for the lawyer and 20 million for her. Man.
Yeah, man.
So he keeps
Do you think a sister would have did him like that?
Yes.
You think a sister would have did him like that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well,
Like a Brittany winner.
It lended to my man's point. Lame guys with money.
Yep.
Right. Stupid shit, man.
Brittany Renner is a different caliber.
Yeah.
She's not what that little white girl did. That wasn't genius. He was just goofy. He was a lame.
He's very gullible. Yeah.
Well, he was his fantasy put him down until where he stopped thinking.
Yep.
He just stopped thinking. I mean, how are you going to get recorded on this chick? She's setting you up at everything. And the truth of the matter is, fighting that would have cost him more than $50 million that she wanted.
Yeah, because he would have lost the little remaining endorsements that he getting. It's a whole lot that could have messed him up, man. So
he might not say, you know what I just heard.
You gotta take that L.
He might actually get that ESPN, maybe not on First Take, because Molly Karam will never work with him again. But but he might be on there for certain different shows. But he saved those contracts that were in the wing with Spotify and all that kind of stuff. I think he saved those contracts because this is going to fade into the sunset.
And in fairness, I don't know the guy, but just in my personal view of what he's been projecting, he's not. He seems like the type of cat who never got any until he became something. Again, a land of money.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, and
I think
many a men could see it.
Yeah,
like I think even before he had the podcast, you know, the cats that he works with, talk with, you know, smoke cigars and drink with, I think they already knew. Yeah. Just like so with him and Chad, right? Chad has a whole smooth ass way on how he deals with things. Why? Because Chad ain't looking at just screwing a whole bunch of damn women and more. He did that in his young years, and then he got to the point was like, no, I see value in this woman right here. I'm gonna try to keep her and do whatever I need to do.
But he still picked the wrong one.
I mean, but still not when you compare him with his uncle.
But he's still lame. He's still lame though.
But I don't think Chad Ocho was lame. I don't think he was lame. I think he just, the thing is that he fell into too much into his desires, right? At the end of the day, he still made he didn't mess up like my man did. I'm talking about dog. That girl was sitting there. As soon as she would have sat back and been like, I don't think that this is right. And all, I'm like, wait, hold on. Who the fuck you talking to? Like the normal of us would have just started being quiet. The men that was seeing how she was trying to, we had seen that it was a setup. Like, why are you acting weird now? Why are you acting so fucking weird? I'm not about to keep playing this game with you. And now, when we was talking about black Mandingo man take over a white woman, and now you're saying, I don't think that that's true. You're like, hold on, you done changed your whole game up. Mm-hmm. And we'd just start getting quiet. We'd be like, all right, I think I'm going to holler at you in a little bit, bro, because you weird right now. I don't know what the hell you got going on. And the average man would have hung up with her. They wouldn't have been sitting there like, huh, what? He was just, that was so lame where I was just like, man. And you got to also understand these men have an abundance of money. Right. So, and they're being, you talking about, dog, I ain't gonna even lie, bro, we men, we done seen some very beautiful women. I'm talking about some like top notch women. And they have what they think is access to these women. They still, after all the shit that's been going on for the past 25 years, niggas been getting their ass handed to them. Right. They still going. They're still going? Come on, bro.
Why you so quiet, Coach? Why you so quiet, Coach? What you quiet for, man? You know.
Coach must have had somebody put his ass in before or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's an interesting topic, because it's definitely different perspectives. I think we all in a part of life where, we can see that, but most young men and young women, I don't think they are thinking as critical as we are when it comes to them choosing who they want to be with. Because when they get horny, and they go and have sex with whoever's in close proximity. I don't think that they're thinking about it long term as far as if I get with this man or woman of a different race, then we're going to be married. No, I think that they're just taking advantage of the situations. But it is good for conversations because it goes to show our nature. We're the godly of people. We want to accept everybody, and it's okay. But believe me, when they sit around and have them conversations, you better not bring a JT or R-Pain to my goddamn house. Because I'm gonna cut your ass out the wheel. Now, I know you want this wheel over here. I will cut you out. You bring one of them light-skinned, bald-head dudes over here. I wish you would bring a Curtis over here to me if you want to. See, we the one that nice and like, why we can't? I can get that. Listen, my son can marry whoever he want. He got to deal with that woman. He got to deal with the woman. And a woman can marry any man they want. They gonna have to deal with that. I just know that they ain't making no food. Don't bring no potato salad. Just show up with some cups and plates and condiments. That's it. I mean,
but if I'm not interested in her as far as like to have a real relationship, I'm not interested in meeting her folks. And I believe that most guys are not. Like if she's just somebody that we were screwing each other.
That's include to the woman, ain't it? If a woman offers, say, hey, listen, I'm my father, and you said, hey man, I'm not interested in meeting your stupid ass parents. You won't say it like that, right? I know you won't say it like that.
You're not gonna say it at all.
But that should be a clue to her that maybe you know what, and they ain't taking those clues.
He should.
I got something I got to do. I'm not going there.
Most brothers most younger folk ain't turning that shit down. I got an opportunity to get some cheese and cake after I meet the daddy. Oh, I'm going to meet the daddy. What we talking about?
No, I think that it would be. I think it would be more of. I think it would be more of
cheese and cake.
It'd be more prevalent if you had to work for it.
Yeah, sounds good.
It'd be more prevalent if you had to work for it. It would be more of like if you got to like most of these women. Listen to the women. You don't give enough of a chase. If a man wants to conquer and he wants to get with you, he gonna wait it the fuck out, man. He gonna do it now. Nowadays, it's not in the mindset of the average man because guess what they doing? They getting that shit on the first damn time that they see the girl. And a lot of times, depending on where you at, I just put it to you like this. In a lot of these neighborhoods, they ain't even just neighborhoods no more because they meet each other in each other's DMs now, right? You want to smoke. That shit that's a powerful motherfucking phrase to say to somebody. You want to smoke? You want to smoke? Well, let me smoke with you.
I'm gonna get me my cigar, man. You made me want to smoke.
Yeah, but that's what happened. If you got some weed and you got a pint of damn Ciroc and some lemon pepper wings, and you got somewhere to smoke it and drink and eat, it can be in a car. But if you at a park, you take them to a park, they going, bro. And so now y'all screwing each other, and then she end up liking you a little bit.
Yeah.
And so her whole thing is, I want you to meet my sister, my brother, right? Then my friends. And then the next thing you know, I was thinking, my auntie is supposed to be having a little barbecue. You want to go?
Yeah.
I'm not interested.
Hey, JT. JT, it's not even going that far. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. These, like you said, man, these girls show so much on social media. It's like on Facebook and Instagram. It's like you see them butt naked already without even, you know what I mean, getting there. The chase is not even there. Like I'm seriously I'm seriously saying this. A lot of these dudes are just, I forgot the word, but just blank to just what attractive is. You know what I mean? What the chase is. It's not even there no more because you see them already on social media.
You know what's funny? Y'all said a little while ago, Ocho's still picking the wrong ones. I disagree with that. He's picking the right ones. He knows what they're about. He knows what they, and it's a little easier when they're chasing money to flash the money in front of them. He can still do what he wants, how he wants, where he wants. And he a lot of women that will agree to that and deal with him being able to do and whatever it is that he wants. So he's picking the actual right one. And that
the last one that he was with, he was begging. Lasarda blew him over, got him in trouble with the law, got him kicked off the football team. And I just think that I guess most men. I don't want to say most men. Too many men are idiots when it comes to the box. And I've been, my only saving grace is that I've been married so long that I don't count. You
like the sensei.
But we still addicted to it. I
sit at my 100-foot view. I look down at men and I'm shaking my head every fucking day. I mean, guys are just idiots. When it comes to box, man, it's like, you know what? Social media has exposed and exploited our natural nature for the desire of women. Yeah. And they bastardized what was God given to us, and we fell into all the traps. And you know what? It's not even our fault, because when you have a certain nature and people find out what it is, they can exploit it, just like they've exploited the woman's nature. And feminism took a woman's nature and turned it into weapons. And so I sit back and say, look at this shit, man. How do we fix it?
But I think they sort of bastardizing it because they're starting to recognize that younger brothers are starting to take their power back.
I don't disagree with that, but they still haven't yet to prove that they ain't idiots too.
Yeah. But see, they not. I don't know, man. Brothers understand.
They still have to prove that they ain't gonna be idiots.
But
right?
they are. Well, that's where the messaging that's where the messaging to grow. This is a new space for most men. As far as the man, like you said, like I said, if I told JT that the coup d'etat was the most dangerous thing in the world, but you know what I'm saying, and he got a chance to get that coup d'etat, he ain't gonna think about nothing I said. He gonna go all in and think about it after post.
I let it roll over in my head a little bit, but I'm still going. But
I'm younger man.
I need to see it for myself.
You see what I'm saying? But I paint younger man. But I paint the younger guys. They ain't as receptive to it as we are.
Receptive to what? Though?
Because they looking at it like, listen, this is a transaction.
Yeah,
okay, so
they ain't making it personal. Yeah, but they are. They ain't gonna turn it down. There ain't too many brothers gonna turn it down.
Okay,
I think,
but he ain't chasing it either. He gonna stick it and keep it moving.
I'm with you. I hear you.
So that's all. They thinking a little different. We would have tried to take it to the movies and romance it and put in the park for it. And then JT come through 10:30, 11 o'clock after you done dropped it off. You know what I'm saying? He ain't
I got a story. I got a story.
JT got some Ciroc and then little ooh wee she like he'll ride out all night. You can't even call her no more. She ain't answering your calls. You done fed us y'all food.
And just for clarity, he talking about the 19-year-old JT, not the 52-year-old JT. I ain't fast enough no more, boy. I can't run fast. I catch Charlie horses just getting out the damn my damn chair.
Cramp up.
Yeah, I ain't with it. I ain't with it. But the young JT going. He
You
going.
ain't a well-rounded man unless you buttered up a chick for some other nigga to come bang it out.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Now this is the craziest part about what you just said. Every dude had to it got roll over in his head at a time where he like, I did drop off early. She did say she had to do something with her cousin.
Her phone died. Her phone died.
The phone died. It's all kind of. Listen, I'm
I
telling
fell
you,
asleep.
these women.
You text her at 12:01. She fall asleep at 12:03. You're like, come on, man. But I can't even say nothing because that's gonna blow my spot up being emotional,
Hey.
and now she got me.
One of the realest things that my boy, shout out to my boy Ricky Williams. One of the realest things he said,
That's my
bro,
OG.
they liars.
They liars, yeah, they liars.
They're liars, right? And but this is when you are so. It's kind of like you're in the game, so deep into the game. One of the things I learned as being just a young man, if you out here and you screwing too many women in the same vicinity, and they know,
Yes.
they're not going to have that respect for you, right? It's a respect that's going to be lost for you if you're trying to be serious, right? Because the only thing they're going to say is, so the sisters will always say, you ain't serious about nothing. Like they'll tell you, you're not serious about me. You don't care about me. White girls gonna say, you a player. I know your type, right? This is, and they're telling you that they're not going to give you the respect that you want from them once you get to the point of like, because at some point you're going to like them. If you with them long enough, you're going to like them. And at the end of the day, once they figure that they got you to like them, guess what happens? It's over with. I don't want to be in this relationship no more. I'm tired of this. They got every excuse on why. Why? Because they got you to a certain point. Now you like, I'm going to start fucking around on you, baby, and all that. They're like, good.
I gotta ask a question. I got a question to ask for her. Coach, since you got a 22-year-old, and like I said, you've been there and done that. I'm 34. Do you think your son will listen to you if you told him, hey man, don't take no girl serious until you got your shit together? And that may be until you're 30. Because right now you're trying to find yourself. Do you think your son at this day and age and this time will listen to you and just grind and get on his path and get on his journey? You think he'll listen to you?
Yeah, he's actually doing that right now, man. Because every time I talk about it, he said, man, I ain't thinking about that. I'm trying to get, take care of my business. He just finished his CDL for Class A. So he gonna start driving, and he ain't thinking about it. He like, man, I meet women all the time,
and my little brother's like that. My little brother's like that. He's 26.
The craziest thing is that I can vouch for that because we talked to him. I don't know, Payne, was you on there when we talked to Coach's son? And hearing how he was speaking, man, he had his head on his shoulders, man, and he got a chance to not just listen to us talk, but he had a chance to engage. And that's one of the things that I love about talking with young men and young women. This is how I kind of figure when they're trying to get on the right path, because they engage into the conversation with us, right? It's not about, well, y'all just, it ain't the same as when you're too old. It'll come out in conversation, but it comes out in their engagement, right? And then when you see them thinking about what you're saying, you can just see it. They're looking at a point where they're formulating the things that you're saying to them, and then they engage and they have feedback. And that's what I want, because I want to know what the hell's going on. So in order for that to happen, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'll just say, I was going to let you finish. But you know what, JT? The best thing that happened was that Coach Ferg's son got to see other men identify his father.
Yeah.
And say, your father's a great dude. None of us was homosexuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
None of us was this Obama bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's the whole
Y'all may have
thing.
voted for him.
Man, I voted for him. I gotta admit, I voted for Hillary Clinton.
I voted for him.
I didn't vote for him. I seen it in high school.
I voted both times for him.
I do have a question for you, still on this topic.
That was some fucked up shit.
On relationships, right? For all of you guys.
I ain't do it.
How long, over or under, how long do you think Meg Thee Stallion and my man Klay Thompson are going to be together? Let's just go around real quick. Go ahead, JT. How long do you think?
I give them to Thanksgiving.
How about you, Seven?
I give them Christmas break NBA season.
Okay, go ahead, Coach. What do you think?
I give them 2 years.
Okay.
What?
Well,
I give them 2 years, man.
Before we start conversation, what about you, Sean? What do you give?
Yeah,
2 years?
less than a year.
Listen, I got a hot take for you. In 6 months, Klay Thompson's going to ask her to marry.
Oh, damn.
But is he asking her to?
In 6 months, this is my prediction. In 6 months, he's gonna get engaged to her. He's gonna give her a 5-carat diamond ring. And I did a piece on this, right? Because matter of fact, I think I might even talk about it on Monday's show. I think he's gonna ask her to marry her because I've seen some interviews with her, and she's 30 years old now, and he's 35. That's right in the sweet spot where people want to settle down. Because Klay Thompson ain't no. He's banged out some serious women, right? It's not it's not Klay who's winning because he got Meg. It's her who's winning because Clay's interested. She's never seen a fucking guy like this in her life with all those hood rats she's been dealing with. And when she talks, this chick is smitten. It's hers to blow. It depends on how big the street is calling her because she's 30 years old now. Somehow she ain't got no kids. And she's like, you should just hear her talk about this guy. They did some exercise video. He's gonna ask her to marry him. That's my take.
This ain't the first.
The only thing that he needs to do if they do get married, he's got to have this ironclad prenup. Because if he doesn't have a prenup, he's worth like $100 and something million. Plus,
he have to do that. He'll have to do it, and she's going to have to be able to. And I think that she would accept it, because this is what's happening right now with a lot of these millionaires. These women are absolutely accepting it, but they're trying to find another loophole to go. But
she's worth $30 million.
I was about to say she got money. I mean, even if she don't have $100 million, she still got a lot of damn money.
Look what Tiana Taylor did to Iman Shumpert because she was making more than him, and she's still butt banging. So all I'm just trying to say is that's just my hot take. I think everybody's thinking it's going to fall. Shaq says he only got 6 weeks and all that. Yeah. I don't think they're reading the dynamic. I think Klay Thompson is ready to cool out because he's 35, no kids. He's been through all the women. She's of course, she's been banged out by a lot of guys. And
it makes sense. It makes sense what you're saying because of, and I'm just looking at it practically, is that again, she's 30, she's a millionaire.
Where's she going?
And regardless of and now. You can't say that she's not attractive. I think, and the thing is that I think she's more attractive without a lot of makeup on than she is with the makeup on.
She's a big girl too. She's not. She's a big girl, man. She's not a small woman, man. She's a nice.
No, she's not.
Man, jeez.
No, she's not. I mean, and she wears heels all the time, so she's about 6'1" with those heels on. So. Yeah.
Sorry to bring it back to the conversation we had before. Hold on right quick.
I can't see.
This is mom. It's not happening.
That's his mother. That's his mom.
It's not happening. 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 He's not marrying her.
Wait, how old is Clayton Thomas? How old is he?
It don't matter how old he is. I know we say that NBA players are goofy. He's not that goofy.
Nah,
he's not that goofy.
Mom's influence is gone. Her influence is gone. That influence left when his ass was a rookie.
Okay. I mean, he could hit him. He could bang him out and hit him, but he not moving like
he 35.
He not moving like the
bro.
ball, but he not moving like the Ball brothers. He not moving like that. Man. He not
listen,
about to marry some street girl like that.
Hold on, man.
Trust me.
No, listen, the fucking chicks that the Ball brothers mentioned, they ain't no Meg Thee Stallions.
Right.
Yeah, they
But
ain't
they
no,
streets.
no matter. No. There's a lot of women are in the streets. Men in the West, believe it or not, especially in the modern age.
Mm-hmm.
You just said that you're blessed if your wife didn't have no man besides you. We could count you on maybe 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's not the realization for most men in the West.
Yeah.
Okay, but Clay got the money to where he don't have to marry the woman in the West. He got money where he could be at a U.S. Open. He got money where he could be in Paris.
It's not a focus.
You're missing my point. I'm just saying that Clay didn't even have to come out and say we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but he did.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that. You know how many other women he's had? I didn't even know he had a girlfriend before.
Hey, this may certify his black card. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it like Shaq is. This may just be his certified black card. Like, you like black women. I'm looking more like that. You know what I mean? The light skin.
I don't know why people don't think that. This is the thing. I don't know why people don't think people like each other, bro. They like This is the thing. Once you start,
especially when she was talking, he was like,
no, but this is the thing. See, but you can't tell that when they're sitting back. When they sitting laying back and they doing pillow talk and shit like that, and they ass is out there talking with one another, they end up liking each other. Again, this man, that his money is obsolete when it comes down to saying, I want to. That's what I have to hear what Payne was saying.
Hey, I'm in Dallas. North Dallas is a different type of work.
I can, and the thing is this: I wouldn't, if I was a millionaire, even like now, I would. It just seems like it's just trouble for me, right? But when you got somebody that has the mindset of a ball player, and I ain't talking about just a basketball player. Shit, these baseball players. If you see the women that these motherfuckers are privy to, you be like, fuck a basketball player. But when you're looking at a man that's sitting back and talking about marriage and a kid and stuff like that, and he's rich, it's something else to that, man. You don't have to look. This
you
is
don't think he's hanging out with? Hold on. You don't think he's hanging out with other married men like a Steph Curry?
Yes.
And he's seen how they operate, how they together. You don't see him in the clubs with the jewelry on, with the tattoo. Like, he's not that type of dude.
Right.
So he's also looking at
he can see a Megan that's there that can be a wife that he needs. Moderate, but not that traditional bullshit. But I think he can see himself and herself having a family.
Okay, but do you think? Hold on, Payne, hold on, man. You keep talking, man. But you keep taking off and just let me lay it. No, let me. Go ahead. Also, as a smart man, you got 100 million, and you got you 35 years old. You know what you know now. As a 35-year-old that been around billionaires and mega millionaires, you know that your wife got to fit in them rooms too, and he been around those type of people. So you got to also look: can she fit in that room? Can she represent me well? Megan don't represent him well.
Hold on for a second, though. Let me say this.
That's not true.
Let me
I hear what you're saying, though, Seven.
I hear what
Payne helicopter taking off. Hold on. Let Payne helicopter take off so he can just.
There was a presidential candidate who put Megan on the stage, on a fucking stage to promote her shit, man. You're saying that? Okay, so we just had an election that came up, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't the fake black chick asked Megan to go dance at her thing?
Yes.
Right?
Kamala?
So Megan could go in those rooms. The only people who don't like Megan.
She was a laughing stock. Them white folks was laughing. They looking at her like this at the concert.
Hold on, man. You talk. The only people who don't like Megan is the rest of us because she put Tory Lane in jail.
Yeah,
but as far as her marketability, that shit hasn't gone down a one bit. But go ahead, Sean. You was going to say something?
Yeah, what I was saying is that's just not true. She actually has maneuvered in those rooms. Those rooms are just dictated capitalism, and she has capital. So let's not disguise it like she's not going to be able to sit in a capitalistic room. And she's a lot more polished than, for example, Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj goes wrong.
Red.
A lot more polished because of her upbringing. So we can't just sit there and dismiss what Payne is saying because there's a relevant point to it.
Yeah.
But who did Nicki Minaj marry though? She married a pedophile. So that's a bad example.
Yeah, but and Meg Thee Stallion got 100 million there.
Yeah.
And can't sell a good album.
No,
she can't produce a good album.
No, but that don't really
bro.
matter. Yeah, that don't matter.
Because can't none of them sell records right now. Can't none of them damn rappers sell records.
So what it seems like y'all saying is she has her money and good eye candy.
She has money. She's good eye candy, and she
can get in the rooms.
And she actually recognizes a guy that you'll never have like that before.
Dallas still has a mentality of wives. It still has a mentality of the southern hospitality.
You said who?
You
said who?
I said Dallas still has a.
She's not from Dallas. She's from Houston. That's a totally different animal than a Dallas chick.
It still has a mentality of southern hospitality.
Yeah, I live out here.
Listen,
I live out here. I seen a Dallas chick.
Just listening. I'm telling you, just listening to what was just brought out about her. I'm telling you, I can see it now because she's not. Even when you hear her in interviews, we know she on some bullshit, but man, she has a charm about herself.
Yeah,
sound like JT Payne and Coach and Sean just listen to her siren.
No.
We know she on bullshit. No, we know she on bullshit. We know she on bullshit, but you can't say that the things, the qualities that she have is just not there for these folks that's out here looking at her. And this man that wants to, and like, damn, Payne, you made me change. And I normally don't agree like that with Payne, but damn.
Everybody, hold on.
Hey, let me see your wallpaper on your phone, man. Is it Megan? Is it Megan with the white pants when she was throwing that pitch?
Somebody so kind. Like, this is my first relationship where I ever been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person, and he makes me genuinely happy. Like, I just never dated somebody like him before, and I'm just grateful that he's here by my side and he feel the same way about me.
Okay, so
you guys watch Love Island?
So you bring up my point. She don't even know how to treat that type of dude, so she can self-sabotage it easily. How many of these chicks sabotage their relationships because they never had a guy be a real man? She just told on herself.
Well, Simmons,
listen, you're so intent on being right. This is hold on. This is Meg Thee Stallion saying to everybody,
my first guy.
Well, I've never met a man. She's been fucking for her whole life. And she's
never met a man like that. Means she doesn't know how to treat a man like that. Which means
that means she knows
you
that.
Have a faith, man.
She knows that she's not the alpha in that situation, and it's hers to blow. That's what she's telling you. if I want to go back to the street, that's where I'm getting.
This is Payne.
But also, Payne, this is a thing.
Let me
just piggyback off.
She do not know how to treat a man like that.
Hold on, let me piggyback off of what he was just saying. Not only because she's a huge influence still in this culture, right? Now, there's another woman that's also a huge influence that's saying the same thing about the man that she met. Guess who that person is? No.
Cardi B?
No. Clarissa Shields.
Yes.
She's still gay.
What I'm saying is that this is the thing about when we see the movement, right? When you start seeing shit happening, you start seeing women saying, I ain't never been treated like this. I ain't never met a man like this. This man, my world has opened up because of this man. Like when you start seeing a Megan doing it, and you're going to start seeing, you see Carissa doing it. You're going to start seeing more and more women that's doing it. Is it a game? It could be, but this is how that wave is going to go. All that other shit with the niggas ain't shit and all that shit, it's going to start dying down because you're going to start seeing a whole bunch of other women. Next thing you know, you're going to have Pretty Red. She gonna have some nigga to try to save her. Then you gonna start seeing
She already got JT.
No, she got nigga. Listen,
She already got JT sitting on her pretty red instead
I'm
of
telling
So
you.
so are you saying
Yeah.
are you
Damn, I
saying
did
that
call her sexy pretty red or whatever her name is, but
so are
I'm
you
just
saying
saying
that Megan's gonna do enough to where she can keep a man like Klay Thompson?
Yes,
now.
yes.
Wait.
So are you saying that hold
Not
on,
keep
Payne,
him,
hold
not
on.
keep him, not keep him, not keep. Go ahead, Payne. I'll be right back.
Well, that's her challenge. Her challenge is
That's her
not to throw
challenge.
this
Yes.
guy.
But you
Here you
still
go.
bet on them marrying though.
Seven.
I gave it
Hold
mid
on
season.
for a second. Wait, when you're talking, but I'm saying she recognizes what kind of guy this is, and she realizes she can blow it if she goes back to the city girl bullshit. He's not
And
gonna
she
put
is.
well, we gotta see, right? That's why you gave her 6 months.
But you make
Go ahead,
Seven.
Sean.
To your point, I still agree it's gonna be less than a year because what's gonna come out is that attitude that
yeah.
You
guys
don't
are
think
right.
she can handle it? You don't think she can handle it?
She's in new D mode. It's always exciting. It's always he gets to your point when he gets into the season and he's ignoring her and he's like, I gotta do my. She ain't gonna like that and enjoy that. And her first triggered reaction might cause it to
go get some dick out in the street.
But y'all the one who said that he was gonna marry her. Payne, did you say you were gonna marry her?
I'm telling all of you guys that as crazy as it sounds, that even Cardi B, as whorish as she is, have all her kids within wedlock. She just picked the wrong guy.
So you could turn a hoe into a housewife, basically what you're saying.
What I'm just trying to say is Cardi B, with all the bullshit and ratchet shit she talks about, all her kids were in wedlock. She just married the wrong dude. Because
No, I think she's the wrong woman too.
You know how many videos of Cardi B cooking and fucking cleaning the house and shit and all that kind of stuff. All this shit she's telling everybody out there is because she wanted to make money or for telling everybody else to be ratchet. That's not how she carried her life after she got married. Now, Megan is not Cardi, you know, and I think she actually recognized she got something that she's never gonna get again. Because if she blows Klay Thompson, right, and everybody, he might look like he's meek and mild and shit. Klay Thompson's been running him up and knocking him down for years. He ain't like, what you mean I don't know that? I did a thing. I mean, he had a chronology of fucking chicks. We just don't know.
He not marrying her. He's not marrying her.
Mean he's knocking them down.
That's my
he probably simped him. He probably paid him.
Okay, Payne. I'm gonna ask you a question because you're gonna land your plane. I put the plane down. Do you think these athletes, these actors are watching red pill content on YouTube?
I have no idea. Probably not.
They are. Whoa, they are, and they know what to look for and how not to get triggered, how not to be bamboozled.
That's not true.
You believe that?
What red pill content?
That's not true.
So what? Sean, I believe it. Hold on. Sean, I believe it just like you said. You like how Paul Pierce is talking. We know that's how Paul Pierce talked before.
Guys, the actors aren't following guys on the internet. It's the other way around. They ain't listening to some guys who ain't got the money, who ain't got the clout, who ain't got.
Yeah, they ain't.
No one's saying they're listening to small channels, but I'm sure they don't seen the Kevin Samuels YouTube videos.
They're not even. Listen, they're not even listening to the guys who's already been burned before them.
That's right.
They're not listening to them. And I don't see Klay.
Why would Klay Thompson even entertain being an open relationship with her if he believes the way you just believe? Why?
Because he want to hit. He wants to hit.
It
may be good for his black card image. I just said that, man. This may be his chocolate drip.
One thing you got to realize:
he's one of the greatest shooters in the NBA history. He gives a shit about a couple of N-words talking about whether you a black card. Get the fuck out of here.
And one thing we got to factor in about Klay that we missing. His father was in the NBA. He didn't grow up. A lot of us. He didn't grow up in the environments and things that we're talking about. He grew up in a married family. So his outlook is going to be different. So we can't compare the average guy out there who's doing this, that, and another.
Yeah.
Even average entertainer, we can't compare them because they didn't grow up in richness and they grew up in struggle and trying to get there. He grew up there.
But I'm not calling him green. Like it seems like you calling him green to the shit. I don't think he green.
I,
Cause the
what,
person who was green, the
I
person who was green that we talked. Hold on, Sean. The person that was green that we talked about in Clown, the dude, what's his name, Jalen Green, to
Yeah.
Drea, because he looked up to her. So he looked up to a woman he always wanted. So he, no matter what, he was going for it. She was an older chick.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
was green as hell because he wanted that chick, and he always
Right.
fantasized her when he
Right.
was in high school, probably. Or
Right.
it's like me watching MTV music videos, and now I can be with Buffy the Body type shit. You know
Okay.
what I
So
mean?
okay. All right. So
Go
you're
ahead.
right there.
the
You know,
difference is,
I agree with you there because that's my same analogy. He was beating his meat to her for years until he was able to pay for it for real. So
and
okay. So
the,
so what
Sean,
does that mean? What does that have to do with what does that have to do with Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion?
I think the
cause
different I think the different dynamic to what you're saying is that Megan with Clay again is somebody that right now she sounds and seems very genuine with her admiration about him. It doesn't seem like
Yeah.
she's just saying it to say it. He actually is a nice guy. He actually is somebody who ain't out there trying to be the man, and that's something appealing to her. So she might really be genuine. Now, can she stay there to your
That's
point?
right.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the key. Can she
I'm
sustain
not
that?
saying she wasn't I'm not saying she's not genuine with it, and she didn't get starstruck off of a guy really being a good guy and not in the club and trying to talk to her and talk to her best friend. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I don't think he's as green as y'all think he is. I think, like I said, during after Christmas break, it's a wrap. Like Shaq said,
but
that ain't gonna last, and it's
I
not
don't.
hoping for the worst.
I
Just
don't
like we
think.
said, Brittany Renner couldn't keep up the whole persona of
You
being
keep
a
comparing
Muslim.
all women ain't the
That's a
same. You keep
that's
comparing her with these ain't the Meg ain't these women.
yeah.
But
Brittany.
it won't last long. Like if that's not true, that's not true. And we know these women cannot keep up a
Like,
front for that long.
yeah. Okay, so first of all, we went to the gym and we was doing these things that his trainer had put us through. He said, lift this shit up. I really think that he thought that I could not do it, but I was very much so keeping up. So then we had to do these goddamn Russian twist ball thingamajigs. And I don't really like how he was throwing the ball to me because I feel like he was plotting on my downfall, wanting me to miss. Yeah, I was what?
She was better than me.
Oh, okay. But my man came behind me and he had to start spotting.
My man
A
came
little
behind.
heavy. I said, "Oh my God, Clay, come help me." Okay, so
I
this
can attest to that.
now this right here, I'm not really sure if I need it.
Spotter.
Okay, I don't.
That's exactly what I would have been doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have been doing right there, man.
That,
You know what I'm saying?
I think that video just lent to that video just lent to the point that I'm referring to is she said I really didn't like the way he was throwing that ball at me. That's going to come up and surface at a time where it ain't gonna matter. And I don't think Clay is green. I just think he's taking it for what she's laying out there. He's going to judge it and examine it, observe it, and if it ain't consistent, he's going to drop it. That's why I said less than a year. But she had that attitude. I don't like the way
It's all
he does.
hot takes, Sean. It's all hot. Everybody has
Yeah.
a timeline. For me, I'm a shock to where I can say 6 months from now, we're gonna hear that Clay gets engaged, and everybody's gonna be talking about prenups and all that other kind of shit. And I think he's smart enough to
I'll give you a
know
hot take.
that he can't marry her without a solid ironclad prenup, even
Yeah.
though she has 30 million. Because we know that Tiana Taylor, who had a lot of money, still butt banged Iman Shumpert. Right?
I'll give y'all a hot take. Hold on. If I was Sean, JT, if I was y'all age, you know what I mean? You look 40, 50, whatever. While y'all was out here chasing Pam and Gina, nigga, I would have got with Jill Scott, and I still would have been with her because I thought Jill Scott was fine as hell, especially when she was in James Brown and she was skinnier. So see, look, you would have passed over her. You would have got with Francesca from Jamie Foxx. You would have chose Jill K. Fox. They would have gave you a headache, and I would have still been. I still would have been married to Jill Scott with my kids because y'all would have chose the top of the tops.
Nah,
The
not
whole
Jill, not Jilly,
Jet magazine.
not Jilly from Philly, dog. It's not. See the persona that Jill Scott has. That's
Before
the
she
craziest
started
part.
acting all crazy with the
No,
mic.
I ain't
stuff.
talking about. I ain't talking. I'm talking about when she was Jilly from Philly. Before she was Miss Burning Sage and doing all that. She was Jilly from Philly. She had the gold teeth in her mouth. She was out there.
What's wrong with that?
She was a what? No.
What happened?
Why she ain't got a man now? And she talked, and all she do is sing about love. There's something wrong with it. She's a very, in my opinion, she's a very cute girl. She's cute. However, she's Jilly from Philly. And once you get to know it, see, if we just look at it, that's why I'm saying, like with I'm listening to what Payne is saying. I'm listening to what Sean is saying. And I'm telling you, when you in the vicinity of these type of women, you have the access to them and y'all get the pillow talking, man, it goes a different way. It's what we see from her. We hear the rap and all that crazy ass shit, but this man done laid it down. They done sat back and they done did all the eating and dating and all the shit and working out and doing all this shit, but they're talking in between that shit. So if she's sitting here telling y'all how much she is in love with this man and my man, my man, my man.
Oh, man.
That means that she's telling this man that she's turned over a new leaf. She ain't never had nothing like this. And this man is eating this shit up.
Hey man, time out, man. How JT,
He's
time out.
the
This is a
first
barbershop.
simp. He's the
JT,
first simp
this is a barbershop. What happened to K Michelle when she was talking to Eldris Alba? He's different. He's not even foundational Black American. He's another African. He's not even us. So he know how to act. He know how to cook. He know how to treat her right. And what happened to her?
Man, have
he
you
couldn't stand
heard
her
this woman talk?
Who?
You compare her. Listen,
Meg,
this is one of the things. This is one of the things you have to understand. And I'm saying we only see snippets of them, right? So when I see snippets of a Meg Thee Stallion in interviews and things like that, she's mannerable. She smiles. She sits back and she does all these different things. When I see a K Michelle, men ain't shit. And man is this and man is that.
And the white
you can't compare them two, bro. K Michelle is her attitude sucks.
What was the attitude of K Michelle? What was the attitude of neither did Megan Thee Stallion before this. Niggas ain't shit, they lying. Like
that's not true. She might be lying.
I don't know, man.
I never heard her say she don't like no men.
Yeah, I ain't never heard her say that.
I'm out two at a time, baby.
She full of shit. Listen, I think she's still full of shit, but I'm just telling you, her mannerisms does not predict. For instance, you listen to her rap, and then you hear her talk and be in interviews. You like, is that the same girl that was doing what the fuck she was doing?
Yeah, she know how to code switch.
Yeah, she know how to code switch. I knew what Chameleon was before it became popular.
You're totally doing this. I don't let you go, Ferg. You are degrading the power of a man on a woman. This is not about Meg Thee Stallion. The reason why she's changing her is because she recognizes something that she ain't never had.
Yep.
And if she blow it, she ain't getting that shit again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is where the power of a man is. Play is the prize. And she's saying it in everything she's doing. Because she's sucked as much dick as anybody else. She got this guy on the hook. And he's treating her like
she recognizes
who was something. She's recognizing that.
Yeah. She recognizes
because it's permeating through her pores.
Yeah.
She can blow it.
It kind of sounds like to me like I heard from y'all generation. You got to be the man for her to be the woman. I ain't buying it, man.
No, I mean,
you know what I mean?
We ain't saying that.
7 a.m. 7 a.m. Listen, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. brother. Listen,
it lands to the topic of this whole panel. why the white woman is a prize, because she recognizes the value of the man. What he just said, Meg is recognizing the value of the man. Now, does she keep consistent? That's on her.
Yeah,
That's
Does
on
that,
her.
yeah.
does that white lady?
On her.
But
That's the $100 million question.
But what y'all cannot do, is dismiss Megan Thee Stallion's background.
Yeah.
Right.
She's college educated, one, and she's she's even talked about how she's switched up. Her Megan Thee Stallion is a character. She says it like this is a character, right? And like Arpain said it, and I'm glad she did it at this age now. Because remember, last year during the election, she's at the Essence Awards saying, "You niggas ain't shit."
Yeah.
You know how many people that go to New Orleans during that time? It's 500,000 people strolled up. But anyway, it's bigger than that. Because now she's been dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray's.
Pookie and Ray Ray.
And she understands the situation with your boy. She escaped by the hair of a chinny chin chin. Clay is what we would call a simp.
Mm-hmm.
That just based off his behavior with her.
Yeah.
See, now he's that she recognizing, like I've been said, that he's the man. Because the NBA and the NFL are the gods of sports.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he has his career, his NBA career has been stellar, championship. He got that light skin, white skin, just good enough with that good hair. They want listen, Megan Thee Stallion hair like JT's beard. but she recognizes he has what he has the formula to what she needs. And the fact that she's speaking right now, like, oh, he's the best. He's different.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But now to me, her message could be to the young women or the women her age and under say, listen, this all shit we out here talking about we don't need brothers now, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
We need them and they it's like they are the value of us. Her message could change the women's dynamic because a lot of women follow Meg, but also to me, it's 3 females it take that could change the whole situation.
Well, let's see.
Meg,
okay.
but don't say she don't say nothing. She quiet as a mouse. But don't say and Kendra G. But I'll tell you
Kendra G.
I'm just saying.
Well, if I would have ran into
got all the
JT,
ratchets behind her. The ratchets, the ones that are delusional.
Kendra G is a misandrist, man.
She's a definitely.
Man. She hates men.
He's definitely
if I would have ran into JT at a LA Fitness on a basketball court, he would have told me, "It's not on you, it's in you." Okay, it ain't in Megan.
Okay,
stop it. Stop the cap. She ain't changing up. I don't care how old she gets.
I gave her 2 years.
It's in you, not on you.
They gonna go 2 summers, bro. They got 2 years in them.
What makes you say that?
You said what?
What makes you say that?
He been watching the videos.
He's been watching red pill content. Big time.
Yeah.
Now, the more I think about it now, the code switch is real. So and just even listening to like women that's been married for a very long time, a lot of them had code switch. They just ain't never turned it off. They just ain't never turned it off.
It's not them turning it off. It's
they
not
full
them
of
turning
shit
off
with
the
everybody else, but they man still. They know how to keep their man. That's just
right on that point, right? A lot of guys don't realize this because we always like to say we're in control. The most power you could ever have on your woman is the fact that she wants to be with you. And you let that shit sink in, right? Because you think it's all this kind of stuff. The only reason my wife is still with me is because she wants to be.
Yeah.
Yes,
right? You know, so that's the most important thing. When I tell guys you courting a woman for marriage, if you gotta pull her into your fold, then she's not the right woman. If she ain't walking on her own, right? So the greatest thing you can possibly do, and you just got married, and you could think in retrospect, you don't have to answer here, Seven, is that, is your woman, not you, but if you had to make sure your woman looks at you as her number one choice.
Yeah.
Of course, I can give you perfect examples.
Well, hold on, before you go on and say, I didn't want you to make this personal. I'm just saying in general, a lot of men miss that. A lot of men, if you gotta put out a fishing reel to pull this chick in, and she's resisting, and you gotta fucking, oh shit, man, you doing all this, and she actually gives in, man, she might be a fish, but she's still flapping and shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Get
saying?
a lot of resistance.
So if the woman ain't walking towards you, and a lot of guys miss this. Megan is walking towards fucking Clay because she's never had this experience. Maybe it's not that he's making up to her better than somebody else who slaughtered her ass out. It's none of that. She never saw a character of a man with an intact family like that before in her whole fucking life. And she's saying, wait a minute, I'm 30 years old, and I think she probably wants to be cleaved to a guy.
She wants a baby. She's ready to have that child.
She's ready. 30 and 35, that's like the perfect sweet spot. Especially
I know
now.
that's perfect for the right woman.
Especially now.
She wants that child.
She's already reached. She's already reached the height of her. She's reached the height of her rap career. That's it for that. Yeah. So she needs to move on and change her image.
Now, he might not like if he. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. That's what I'm saying. If she wants to change the image. You know what I'm saying? She used to be a rapper, right? That's what she want to be now. She used to be, just like when you hear these women saying, I used to dance. I used to be a stripper, but now I'm changed. Then they go to the next one. Look at what happened with, even with like Cardi B. She wanted that whole thing of having a family and things like that, but she didn't pick right. You got a rapper. What the fuck? So even with old girl, with Megan, you got a ball player, right? But this is the thing. He's 35. He's been in the league for a minute now. He done did it all. He done, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with what Payne is saying. She likes this man. I ain't talking about she like him just to screw him and stuff like that. It's a different type of Nick. She likes the experience. She likes herself being with him. She likes to experience that whole thing. Now,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
The only thing that can change that up is when she gets to a point, or if she ever gets to a point where the gig is up. I can't keep this anymore. Right. But if she actually say, no, I actually like this here. I like the ideal of us having a family together.
You know,
I don't think that she can't change that.
I'm not saying she don't like him. I'm just saying, man, the zebra don't change their stripes, and that's what you would have told me if I would have saw you at 22 and you was 40 something at the gym. Hey, young buck, let me put you to the side right now.
She's got to let go of her ratchet friends.
Yes.
Well, listen, hold up.
Giving her bullshit.
I think that's happened already. I think that she's recognizing that from a business sense, and she's letting those ratchet friends go.
How you know?
Because
how you know, man? Speak down.
Listen, let's just say she hasn't, right? But again, the NBA and the NFL are the two king of the sports world, right? Mm-hmm. So those people in the NBA and the NFL and his mama, who are already looking at her like, hold up, wait a minute. And he already understands that she must be on her best behavior. Mm-hmm. I think that she's recognizing it because she's seeing the people who she has access to at that level, and ain't none of them running around twerking. Those other women that she's running up on, there's, not just from other girlfriends and wives, but she's meeting executives. She's meeting people that can really make or break her career. And she's 30 years old. I just hope that they do it the right. If they're gonna be together, go ahead and do it the champion way. Don't have no babies out of wedlock. Get married, then have your little slow kids. the baby can be a rapper and a basketball player.
That's another thing, man. Megan
So-
don't have no fucking kids, man.
Exactly.
Man, if
Wait.
Jesus can't say these hoes,
Hold
what makes
on,
you think
hold on.
you can say this?
So what was worse? So what would be considered worse? Sierra or Meg Thee Stallion situation?
So who?
Sierra situation or Meg Thee Stallion?
Who was worse?
Yeah, which situation would be worse? Because Sierra is being a model citizen over.
Who was worse to get with?
Yeah, which one would you be considered the worst situation, Sierra or Meg Thee Stallion?
I would say Megan.
Why? Okay, why would you say
I
Megan?
would say Megan.
Why would you say Megan though?
Cause Sierra ain't never said I don't need a nigga and niggas they can't do this and lie on a nigga for a nigga to get to jail. Sierra had a kid. Okay, cool. She had a kid with the wrong dude, but she wasn't moving like WAP. She had a song called WAP. She just chose the wrong dude. She chose Bow Wow. She chose 50 Cent. She went out in the street. She went out in the street.
Wait a minute. You laying some numbers down. Bow Wow, 50 Cent, fucking Future.
Future, yeah, you laying down the roster.
And you belittled the fact that she actually popped out a baby for a guy who already has 7 kids with 800 different women. I mean, what are you talking about?
And on top of that, you just finished saying a zebra can't change their stripes.
Hey man, I like Sierra catalog, man. Be quiet, dog.
Come on, man.
Be quiet, man. She had no WAP song, man. She had the belly dance and everything. Come on, man. Y'all hating on Sierra, man.
Okay, I see you got the Sierra catalog. You got the Sierra catalog. I see it. You got the Sierra catalog.
You just said you can't change the zebra stripes. Let's look at the stripes. You just said you can't change the zebra stripes. Let's look at the stripe. She doesn't have a kid. That's the stripe missing. She also is from Houston, which is valued around marriages for the most part. They know how to treat men and husbands and things of that nature. I'm talking about the generation now, but the core of their mentality is a Southern mentality, which is take care of people and being a housewife. So that's a stripe missing. Now she did get into the industry and it turned her out. Got it, good. But the point is, her stripe I'm not gonna.
You cut that, bro.
See, Jesus didn't want you to finish that because Sierra was actually from Atlanta, Georgia. So I mean, come on, man.
Hold on.
Hey, but look, y'all, you're comparing.
Son, your T-Move internet is acting up, bro.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you with your
Get
Sheen.
closer to the
Sheen
phone,
Wi-Fi.
son.
I said,
Your Sheen Wi-Fi cutting off. With your Steve Harvey glasses on, man. Take them off. It's okay.
No, let me hear what you say.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
But the
Go
point
ahead.
being, Atlanta and Houston are two different places. Let's be clear on it. Atlanta,
but you're comparing somebody who's already married though with kids and sticking. So like you're comparing somebody who's married who had a kid.
No. I'm comparing. I'm listening what you said, and I'm comparing their stripes. Their stripes. That's what you said.
Sierra was never talking about niggas ain't shit though. She never said that in her music.
She didn't talk about it. She did it. She had a kid out of wedlock.
That doesn't mean niggas ain't shit.
What are you talking about? She had a kid out of wedlock with a nigga who had 8 kids. That's a stripe and a half. That's a stripe and a half.
Okay. Yeah. That kid put a lot on. Yeah, that.
So let's be clear. That's a trophy. That's something that we talk about all the time. That's a strike. That's a strike against you. Now, fortunately, she found a man that didn't mind that strike. But let's not ignore that it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because you.
But I'm not ignoring that. What I'm saying is you can't turn a hoe to a housewife.
And what makes you think she wasn't a hoe?
She's still married and had her rest of her kids with the dude.
Wasn't a hoe. She had a kid with a hoe.
So that makes her a hoe?
She's out there with Jeezy and them. I don't know. I'm not saying that she is or isn't. You saying she isn't. I said, what makes you think so?
And Sierra was saying dudes are scrubs. I mean, she said it in her music. Her music was just the same.
You just like Sierra.
No, but no.
You think she cute?
I'm showing you an example of
You
somebody
know,
who had a kid with the
Who had
wrong
a kid
dude,
before she got married?
with the
yeah.
wrong dude.
That's what you
And
showing me an example of. Who had a
no,
kid
what I'm
before she got
saying
married?
is,
Stop there.
what I'm saying is, Megan Thee Stallion could not.
She
She
didn't have
shows
a kid before she
unwifely
got
quality.
married. She
She
didn't have a
shows.
kid
How?
before she got married.
I know what she doesn't really show it. You don't see what right now. We don't know
She
what
don't put
her
a nigga.
quality.
She don't put a nigga in jail that didn't even shoot her.
Doesn't
So
have a
she's
Okay.
kid before she was
she's a
married.
good liar. Hold up, she's a good liar, like most black people. They good liars. Yeah,
Okay.
she lied.
All right.
I'm
All
just
right.
allegedly. I ain't saying that. She, you know what I'm saying? She lied. Whatever story they told, it was good enough for the women to walk away scot free.
Mm.
You know, whatever story was told. But again, she could be running from that too. She could be running, trying to get on that good side. But karma's a beast, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this is all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, left turn
Yeah.
in the middle of the act. Like at first, like I said, just last summer, we don't need you. And that's the message of the propaganda, because they had their foot on her neck if she want to be in certain positions. It's like every rapper, male or female, who you see elevate to a certain height, their stance when it comes to social issues that really affect us are very bleak. And they say some of the erroneous shit, then all of a sudden you see them take off. How they, you know what I'm saying? It's like, boom, now you're seeing them because they done said some shit. So she's seen, I think, I would hope, you know what I'm saying, just
She a
for the
grown ass
sake
woman,
of
man.
I mean,
that they are serious
Beyonce,
about whatever they doing and just go from there.
She a grown ass woman, and I'm saying, being from
Beyonce,
Atlanta, I ain't never heard Sierra
Beyonce,
talk down on niggas ain't shit or
fine.
walk this, and
Beyonce, another girl from Houston, only talked down on niggas, and she's married now in a long-term marriage. What are you talking about?
she didn't talk down on niggas. She
Yeah,
exposed her.
she
She
did.
exposed her tea. She
What are
exposed
you
Who?
her
talking
tea.
about?
Okay,
To the left ain't talking down on niggas.
but
What
what
you
did she do
like?
though? But what did she do
Question.
though? She married somebody. So
Who
Before
I hear
then,
what they.
pulled
she
that up?
about
Our
niggas.
pain.
You're not
No,
really
I
making.
did. Would you? That's my question. Would you let your wife wear this shit right here?
He gonna wipe up. Seven gonna be like, yeah.
Wilson ain't the man I am. I lay the law down. That wouldn't happen.
Oh, okay.
We
You
all know.
Okay.
We all know we all different men, right? We all know we different
Yes,
men. So let's give us that. So
yes,
she
sir.
wouldn't have walked out the house with me. Wilson was still a fan of her. Still is a fan of her to where she can do that. So let's not all lie and
No,
say a
I'm
girl don't
saying
treat a
so.
dude
This
differently.
so he made
no
a hoe
this
into a housewife, huh? That looks very
right.
hoish.
Yo, I can
That looks very
guarantee
hoish.
you, Clay Thompson ain't gonna let Megan
That looks
Stallion
very
come out
hoish.
like that.
Yeah, and Megan never come out like
Do
that
you
with Clay.
think that she even respect? You can't get no respect from a woman that's going out like this, man.
Now,
Remember that was again. This was what that wave was.
let
These
me
women
go
was
back.
having these husbands, and they were walking out of the fucking house with dressing like this. You know who else did this shit and they lost their man? The rapper, Miss what's her name?
Remy Ma.
Papoose old
Remy
ex-wife,
Ma.
Let me,
Remy Ma, did the
uh,
same fucking thing.
let me pull back.
Hey, listen, I don't want to just listen.
Let
She's
me
an
back a little.
Sierra's an
I
exhibition.
met
Go ahead,
Sierra.
go ahead.
I met Sierra. She's
Yeah.
has a wonderful personality.
Yeah, I
She
agree
was
with that.
she was a great girl. So I'm not trying to downplay her and her abilities. If there was a comparison between the two, I would lean towards Sierra as well. But the point being, it's not because of their reputation. It's because I met her. I haven't met Meg. She could have the same type of energy. I understand the difference between characters and songs that people make and the actual person because I'm in an industry. So I know that it doesn't always come across as genuine with what they're speaking about. But I don't hold that against actors who are playing killers and this, that, and another. So why should I hold it against rappers?
Now, I hear you. Listen. Sierra is like an exhibitionist, probably, but I have problems saying anything bad about her. She gave this fucking guy what 3, 4 kids.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so I mean, as far as we're concerned, she's completely devoted to Russell Wilson. But he's a real simp, okay? And I don't like to call husband. I don't like to call husband simp, but he's a simp. right? I mean, you know,
I can't say that no more, man.
You know,
He
I can
acquiesced
say
to
that,
her.
but he acquiesces to her because of whatever religion. But he's probably a really good man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So
what
what
I'm
And
would
it's
you?
working. And
Hold
it's
on,
working. So I can't really.
hold on. But you just said if it was you letting, what do you call a man that would let his wife wear something like that outside? What
I'm
would you call?
thinking that
He may have to do that because he may live by the happy wife, happy
no, he
life.
don't
And
have
Nah,
to do it.
man, he's
You don't have
I
simping,
to
said
do
bro.
he
it.
may. I
Stop it.
said he may. I
He
said he
did
may.
it.
I
I
don't know
know
who.
he
I don't know.
may.
But
He
most
did
men
it because
He did it.
Black men ain't never said no shit like
most
that,
men
man.
that we call simps,
acquiesced to
most
What
of
her.
the
was
men
you
that
talking
we
about?
call simps are actually just men.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Sean.
A lot of men that we call simps are actually just good men.
I said that about Russell. He's a good man. I never
Okay,
said. I
so
never called him a simp.
I did a show
but then
on
we
him.
disqualify him as calling him a simp.
Right.
I didn't call him a simp.
No,
I
it's not
didn't
a
call him a simp.
disqualification. You can
No,
still
that's
be
not
a good
a
man and still be a
A
simp.
simp? Yeah. I'm a simp. What you talking about?
The truth of the
Simp
matter
for my
is,
wife all the time.
But
I know. Hey,
here's
Coach got to sleep in the bed, man. Stop talking like this.
No, I'm good. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
I love my wife. I'm a simp. Hell, what y'all niggas talking
here's the
about?
issue
Shit.
with the simp thing. Simp is spoken about in a very
yeah,
disparaging
but that doesn't mean that you're not a good man.
Disparaging,
That doesn't mean
yeah.
disparaging
Yeah.
thing.
It's disparaging from the
It's-
standpoint, but
It's used out of context for real. So
check it. We need to check it, but we're not.
no, we don't. We don't have to check.
Who? Check who?
we ain't gotta check
We don't
it.
have to check that.
I
No,
said-
No, we ain't gotta check
Check
it.
Russell?
No.
No.
I said check how we using the word
no,
simp.
we don't. We don't have to check that. He's a simp, but he might be a
No, I don't think so.
So Payne, are you a simp?
good from time to time.
Yeah, he's married.
You know, what I'm saying,
Hey, hold on. Hey, nah.
Went too
Hey,
far. No,
nah.
They say
I love my wife.
your
Don't mean I'm
husband- they say
simp.
husband.
Nigga, you simping right now. What you talking about? Then you pay that mortgage. Then you pay that car note. Then you cut the
That's what I'm supposed
grass.
to do.
I would
No,
never
you
let
ain't got to do
I
that.
would never let my
If
wife wear that.
You ain't got to do it.
Let's just get on that outfit. I would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
let my wife leave the house with an outfit like that. That's what he's saying. Every man has something they acquiesce to the woman that's in their purview. And if you say you don't, you're lying. You're lying.
I guess maybe I need to clarify this.
They lying.
I don't really use the word simp. What is a simp?
They mischaracterized the word.
No, a simp actually, and I've been telling people this for the longest. It's just a short word for simpleton.
Right.
A simpleton is a naive person that will acquiesce for happiness or whatever the fuck it is. That it's just a simpleton. It's actually, but once they started just referring it to men, they started calling men simps, and then it started to transform and take its own. People started.
It's level to simptonhood, right?
Yeah.
You're a simp if you're gonna marry one with 3 kids and shit.
Yeah.
And from 4 different men, and you marry her and you all in, like you're a simp, right? But then you're a simp if you Russell Wilson and let your woman come out butt naked or an exhibitionist. And me, you know what? Oh man, every so often my wife wants to do some shit that I don't really care about. You know what, baby? If that means I don't have to hear your shit no more, okay, go ahead.
Here's the big difference.
She wear that shit is over with. I ain't
So,
playing.
so
I'm not
are you
would never let her wear no shit like that. She would never. First of all, I'd be mad if she ever asked. If she ever do that,
Payne, here's a big difference.
I don't.
You didn't marry somebody in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
And that's
I agree with you there. But there's still levels to that.
There's you said she walked out like that. There's actresses who have love scenes.
But
There's
there are men who let them do that are simps.
Right.
Well, I mean,
If
she make more than you, Payne, if she make more than you, are you a simp because she make more than you?
Wait, you guys are missing my point. There's different levels to this shit. If I was married, Sean, and I would never marry a woman in the entertainment field if she's doing love scenes.
Never.
I'm not.
You never know.
You.
Yes, I do know. I know.
There's men who will. And listen,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what nobody says. If a man has my wife's nipple in his fucking mouth, I don't care if it's what not, man, get out of here.
I'm with you 100% on Paige. I'm 100% on that, man.
But if you go to the extreme,
Let me tell you my pushback to that.
Okay.
Unless your woman was a virgin when you met her,
exactly.
a man had his nipple.
Exactly. It's not different. It's not different, Paige. It's not.
It is different, bro. It is different.
A man had his nipple.
She's up under the thing is this.
You just
Okay,
don't
look.
like the fact that it's in front of you.
Something wrong with y'all, man.
No. The thing is that she's up under my covering, man. I'm not about to have no woman being out there eating, and I'm with
And
Paige.
you
Ain't
niggas
no
watching.
nigga be sucking on your titties
And you
while you
niggas be watching it. And look, they done went to the movie to see your woman getting her nipples licked on. No.
Every man on here who has had a woman that was not a virgin has done it. So stop it.
Okay, and let that shit be
Not
a secret
under-
to the.
I'm saying, but
They better
like
take
old
it to
girl-
their grave.
Yeah, but like
So you're
old
gonna
girl
you're
Van
gonna
Zant
hide from it.
said.
You're gonna lie to yourself about it.
No,
You've done it.
like my girl
I
Van
ain't gonna
Zant
see
said.
it going forward, Sean.
You've done it.
Like my girl Van
But you
Zant
didn't see it
said.
don't mean you ain't do it.
Y'all
You done it.
she said it well. Not on my watch. It's
Right,
not
that's
gonna be
it.
on
There
my
you go,
watch.
JT. Not on my watch.
Don't
Not
watch
on
the
my
movie. Just don't watch the movie.
Man, no, hell no. You
nah.
gonna watch the movie.
You watch
That's
the
gonna
fact
be the
that you
problem. Y'all gonna watch the movie.
You
Sean gonna watch the movie 3 times and then come back and explain
No,
how it happened.
Matter of
Hey,
fact, we
you
gonna
know-
be reading the script. I gotta
You
see.
know, Men in
let me
Black.
see.
You know, Men in Black when they go ping. Remember, hey,
You ain't no.
No.
and that's all fantasy. We sound delusional.
Before we got married.
This is when men sound delusional. This is when men
She
sound
let no other
delusional.
man put his mouth on her
Man,
titties.
I
It's
know
not-
my
He already
grandfather
did. You
wouldn't.
already. Unless
I
your
know
woman
my
was a virgin,
grandfather
it
wouldn't have let my
happened.
grandmother go up there and make a
It
little
It
wine.
happened.
I'm doing what my
It was on her
grandfather gonna do.
titty.
He ain't going for
His
that shit.
penis was in her mouth. It happened.
Sean, not everybody's woman been slutted out like yours, man. I know you had your own experience.
Y'all acting like y'all and Men in Black. Y'all,
You sounded like you walked in on it.
So Sean, yeah, no, Sean, but
so full of shit, man, because you know that's not the same equivalency.
no. The difference is I don't sit there and fool myself. I realize that has happened. You are. Oh, my woman ain't gonna do it. Your woman's done it. Your woman has done it. Unless you got a virgin, your woman. Listen to what I'm saying. Married or not, unless you married or not, unless you have a virgin, your woman has done it.
It's not a good analogy.
It's the reality. It's not an analogy. It's a reality. Unless you married a virgin, your woman has done it.
Listen,
I married one.
Listen, Sean, you know what? I'm happy that you came up here because we couldn't get through this whole show without some fuck shit from you to say. I appreciate it.
He's speaking the truth, though.
Thank you. I was wondering if we could get through this whole thing without you doing some crazy
Okay, JT, you about 40 plus, right?
I'm a little more than 40 plus.
And you're not married, right?
No, not anymore.
Okay, so if you met a woman 45, she had one kid. Kid was like in high school, freshman, sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
You saying so you won't take her serious because she got a kid?
Not now, no. And that's because I've already dealt with that before. So that's my reason why I won't date any woman that has any kids, especially if they're teenagers. It's not gonna work. I won't do it.
So what are you expecting? So I know you're straight heterosexual man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would you look at a 40-year-old with no kid and not think any red flags on that?
First and foremost, I'm vetting her. 100. Right. I'm looking at third grade pictures. I'm meeting her family. I'm
Big Mike. He making sure there ain't no.
Just some real shit. I'm looking and we gonna go get her birth certificate. We gonna get her social security. I used to be a debt collector, so I know how to skip trace. So it's not she ain't gonna pull one over me on
That's
me.
funny.
Nah.
So you worried about her
But
being a
to
man.
answer your question, if I meet I did. Pain, you met the girl I used to date back in the day. She was 40.
Right.
And she didn't have any kids. Yeah, no kids.
Well, that's not, to me, that's not a red flag in
Yeah,
itself.
it's not a red flag.
Unless we're thinking that she might be a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I met all her family members. I seen her third grade pictures. We seen her. I mean, I met her mama. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't date a woman with kids. And that's not mine. Now, if I date, because I'm 50 plus.
Yeah.
So if I met a woman that had kids and they're all grown and they're out there, that's a whole different ball game, homie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, me and my wife had this conversation all the time, right? She's like, if something happened to me, I want you to be happy. Get out here and find your new woman. I said, no. The last thing you got to worry about is me finding another woman out there being on YouTube. And if I do, if I do, the woman gonna have to have she gonna have to be making at least $200K. I ain't even listen, and at bare minimum, right? But
there's
I
nothing
like
traditional. Look, it ain't gonna be nothing traditional about this, right?
Nothing. But JT, you know, and y'all heard me. I like the kids. Now she's 40 something, and she got a little 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can show them how to play football, ride a bike, go swimming. I can do all that. But guess what? Me doing all that requires 110% participation.
Yeah.
It should be like that before kids, though. Even if she don't have kids.
Hold on. If she ain't got kids, that makes it even better. Now, I ain't got to put on nothing but some flip-flops around the house. That's it. I ain't got kids.
You got to remember something. You're asking men that has already got to the pinnacle of their life. We ain't when it comes down to it. Chill, even if you out here trying to date, she got to be fixed.
She got to be already there, man. She got to have her own crib, cars, everything.
Of course, that, but man,
yeah, and she's still on student debt now.
She's still old. She's still on bills. It's over.
I wouldn't do that now. If I was
I need to see your credit score. I need to see all that shit. What that FICA looking like, baby?
What that like?
FICA looking?
But I think men are doing that. I think men are doing that now in their 30s that know what they want. College debt, like you got college debt, and they ain't got no kids.
But that's not a bad thing, though. That's not a bad thing, though. It's just that they still struggling on how to communicate with the women that they want. That's the problem. They can have all that, but they ain't even look at it and they're like, it's one of me, and it's hard for you to probably imagine that I used to get turned down too, right? So if it's one of me and 10 of them, I can guarantee that I'll probably get turned down by at least half the women I approach.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not tripping off of that half because I still got a whole 5 over here that'll rock with me. So when I sit back and look, I'm winning still. Most people look at every woman don't like light-skinned, bald-headed dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I accept my ugly. All you niggas is ugly except your ugly. Now the problem is this: if you ugly and got a stomach and you out of shape in your 20s and 30s, you are losing. That's where you lose it. You got to get in better shape because the dudes that's broke, they got a nice little physique about them, they still getting cheeks. Yeah. And you over have been out of shape. You ain't getting none, but you still got to come with that money. The game is still the same as me and JT was coming up. It's just new players. You got to get ahead of the game.
Yeah, if you
chasing women.
If you 27 years old and you got a gut, you need Ozempic, nah, nigga, that's gonna be kind of hard for you to get the type of woman you want. Now you can get a woman, but not the one that you want. She gonna be matching your ugly.
But I think it was kind of back to my first question to Ferg. I think dudes like his son is winning, not playing the numbers game. Because back when I was in my 20s, I was playing the numbers game. How many can I get? You know what I mean? So dudes who ain't on that, it's not about who likes you, who don't. Them not being worried about it. What's gonna be for them? What's gonna be for them?
Yeah, I don't mean it in a way that how many you can get. I'm just meaning that if you approach 10 women over the course of a year, 5 to 6 might not even, they'll say no off the gate.
Yeah.
So I move on. I can't just all women, I'm not gonna that's just me. I'm not gonna be little and go off on her because she didn't find me attractive. There's some other women that like me.
I was on this panel, and the panel was asking men, how many ladies did you sleep with, in your formative days. So we had a couple of dudes giving out numbers, and then one dude says, you know what? Now that I'm saying the number out loud, man, it really makes me feel kind of cheesy and shit.
Was that happy now?
It wasn't happen. I think it was on a Christmas channel. It was a guy who just popped up. No, that wasn't that channel. I was in the old days. It was, it was a couple of other people from Fight Club and a couple other things. We were on another channel, and it was really funny when he started talking about numbers. And I could see why women don't like to say their numbers.
Yeah.
Man, even as a man, after you start saying your number, you start saying it was pretty fucked. I was pretty fucked
that
up.
was fucked up. I was out there.
And that's where I think that's where the younger brothers can capitalize in a sense, right? And I believe at some point, I tell my son all the time, I said, the worst thing you can do right now is become a baby daddy.
Yeah,
you're going to probably struggle for the next 30 years, because what I'm not going to do is bail your ass out.
Yeah.
I'll be a granddaddy, bring them over. I'm going to fill their ass up with sugar, take them outside, run the hell out of them, take them swimming, throw them in the pool. He going to have a bike. He gonna do all the boy shit that I did. He gonna know how to skip rocks on the lake and all that. And guess what? He gonna mind and he gonna be smart. Now I'm gonna send him home to you full of sugar. You gonna have to listen. But the worst, and I say it to him all the time because I also see where brothers, like you saying, brothers are being a little bit more intentional, more focused when it comes to the women and dealing with the women according to what they represent. I can see that. And I can see a time where in the next 15, 20 years, if brothers just hold the course, women gonna be vying to pay them for their baby.
Yeah. I say
brother can get some money for his seat. But again, in between that time, will brothers wait on sisters? Or would they continue to move towards other races of women?
They're gonna continue to move towards other races.
They're gonna be
the sisters better get it together because
they're gonna
I'm on my 10th year of my CDL. He's not gonna have time to be chasing unless he don't have the mentorship and the father telling him, "Hey, get your money right." As a truck driver, he's not gonna have time. And
I ain't worrying about that because he know how I am about everything. He know me. He know my track record, and he's experienced it not just through me, through opportunities that he better get it. That's why I tell him, do not become a baby daddy.
Yeah, I would say this. I would say this too. If you wanted to take my advice,
you a trucker. I can let you talk to him about trucking and all that. Do all that.
Well, you're right there. Have them specialize in like a flatbed or a tanker, because that box game gonna dry up.
Yeah.
So have him do a tanker, flatbed, reefer. He gonna always have work, especially with you in Tennessee.
I'll text him in the morning and tell him. Yeah. I'll call him and ask him, but then I'll let him know. The tanker, the flatbed, and the reefer.
Yeah, he'll always have a job, man. He'll always have a job. So like that flatbed, man, is so saturated, and like with you being over there, he could be in a tanker and go from like Kentucky to Texas, back down to Dallas to Houston, come back home. There's always tanker flowing, and that freight don't move, especially when you got a hazmat. But have them specialize in something like tanker or flatbed. That's always freight. Always freight.
Yeah.
So don't. So tell him.
Yeah.
So like,
I can't be. I'd be too much.
The things that seem scary or hard are actually the money paying jobs, and he's home. Like my wife been driving with me for 5 years. You know what I mean? So she's about to get off the road, stay home wife and everything, have kids. But I wish I would have got into like a special, like a tanker, pneumatic, or a hazmat, where we could have had more of a home life in our late 20s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having
But
specialized in something.
but you live and you learn, and now that you
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah,
how you move. See, that's the
yeah.
thing. Once you discover something new that can enhance you, everybody must not be afraid to move on it. You must
Yeah.
move on it.
But that's a good thing too, Seven, where you have stability, right? I
Hmm.
think that means a lot. I'm talking about where it comes down to with the job that you're at, the investment that you have in your career, right?
Yeah.
The problems that you will see a lot of young men having when they're just getting out is trying to find something that where they can they can sustain a lifestyle while trying to find a career, while trying to build a career. Too many people they moving before they even make any. They're not planning. They're just doing a lot of moving, right? And they
Let me
end
add
up,
something to that too.
yeah, but they end up when they do it, 10 years done passed, and they still haven't gotten any type of consistency in their life. And that's where they end up having a problem with having a relationship with the type of woman that they want. It ain't got nothing to do with a person making six figures or making all this money. They have to have something that's consistent because you're going to eventually get more and more and more money when you're consistent. But when you just moving around and you 1 minute you working at a damn fast food restaurant, next minute you Ubering, the next minute you out here working at a temp job, the next minute, you see a lot of these young men that's doing that. And before they know it, 10 years done passed. And they could have just went on and went to HVAC. They could have went on and went to be a mechanic. Especially like now, the way the mechanics are going to school now, they're learning
Trade
how to
school.
work.
Yeah.
They're actually learning like engineers are learning now, right? Because
Yeah.
ain't nobody else they ain't putting no damn carburetors and your injectors and shit is not connected. Everything is connected to computers and clusters and all these different things that they have now. So being a mechanic, imagine being a Tesla mechanic. That's wild. That's some wild shit to be able to do, right? I see them now. I work in right off of with the U of M campus. Man, I see all of this technology here, bro. I'm talking about that's what I'm looking at. And then guess what follows? The women.
I'm gonna be honest though, man. A lot of peers my age, and I see a lot of black men doing this in my generation. Your generation, y'all was cool with going to the Fisher boat, making money for 6 months, coming back home. A lot of a lot of dudes in my generation and a lot of black men, they want to stay home because they so attached to that what's in between her legs. I've seen a lot of dudes not want to go on the road, not want to take a job.
Stay home.
I done seen a lot of dudes, bro, they just want to be attached to the club and some females, and they don't take that warrior's journey and then come back and find a good woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it may not be popular, man, but a lot of us, they can't leave the state, man. They gotta have a girl. They can't go on the road. You know what I mean? And
I know
they
exactly
can't
what you're saying. Yeah.
go onshore, offshore, into the oil field in Louisiana. They just so attached to that, and it may not be popular. It may get some hate, man. But a lot of dudes that look like me, they scared to go out, man.
No, well, okay, wait a minute, though. Wait a second. You're making a blanket statement that a person who doesn't want to leave suppose they don't have to do that. Suppose they can make money doing what they like to do, staying, even whether it's online or from home. Right? Everybody's not meant to be on the road. I mean, if you have to do it, yeah. But if you don't have to do it, and you can make the bread that you need. It's not because you just want to be around a woman. You got to be making the money regardless. Now,
Yeah,
I had to go on the road, but if I had,
but the trade jobs may be but Payne, that pilot technician job may be in a school in Florida. They scared to go in Florida to get that job and come back home. I'm not saying that they just.
You ain't listening to me. The assertion that they're scared to do it is, where did you get that from? Maybe they just don't choose to do that. That doesn't mean they're scared. Why would they be scared to do it? They got to be making money away, though, right?
No, because the jobs that they are settling for like working as like a yard dog or like working in the factory or Amazon or FedEx, it's comfortability. They're not cool or they're not okay with being uncomfortable. I'm talking about men that are, hey, I want something better. I want to have something. I
Yeah,
want to have a
okay.
house one day. You know
I'll
what I
give
mean?
you
So they're
that.
scared to leave that state.
Okay, hold on,
Find work.
hold on. You got to let me kind of interject. I give you that part, but to say they're scared to go on the road to do that because of some box, I don't think that's fair. I don't know what they're scared to do it for. I mean, you can't
Well,
just relate
they
the
just
fact.
comfortable, man. They just comfortable.
Okay, they might be comfortable, but you can't just say it's because it's a box. You know what I'm saying? It could be for a myriad of reasons. It could be for a whole bunch of reasons. The box could be one of them, but you can't say, well, this guy is not going to be the best man he could be because he doesn't want to get too far away from the box. For some guys, that's true. But can we make a blanket statement about it? Is that a 50, is that more men or less men? You know what I'm saying? Because
That's
men,
smart, man. I didn't say all, and I said the men that I know around my age, my skin color.
men, like you're saying, you might be right because men who will take an adventure to stretch themselves is always going to be less than guys who won't.
Oh yeah, I get what he's saying.
Always going to be less.
Always.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna. It's not. Yeah. So what he's saying, it's not basically when it comes down to women and the box and stuff like that. A lot of dudes is just won't stand out to do something like what you was just saying because you're gonna always make that money, and it's more of a career thing than anything else. Some cats just, especially when you're talking about something where you driving. Oh man, you have no idea how many cats they start out with that type of a job, and then they find out I can't do this shit right here. They trying to be day drivers and shit like that, and they ain't making no real money. But the guys like yourself, you guys are always going to stand out. You always going to get the money because those dudes. Because there's a lot of cats out here that got their damn license, and they would turn down all those routes that you was just talking about because they don't think that it's for whatever. I'm kind of like with Pain when it comes down. I don't think it's the box itself. It's so much more,
right?
That blocks them from that. That's always been there.
In theory, you're absolutely correct.
Because it is some dudes,
but a lot of men won't stretch themselves. I had a buddy. He had a chance to get a promotion. That promotion would probably gave him maybe around $6,000 to $10,000 more in annual income. But he didn't want to take it because he was comfortable in the position that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even want to take a chance to move out of that because he was afraid of unknown. So a lot of unfortunately, there's too many men like that. And not just black men, but it's too many people like that. Right?
Yeah, I was about to say it. It's unfortunate on one end, but sometimes they just have to do that because when you start doing things that furthers your career like that, sometimes they can't take on the responsibility also. Mm-hmm. It's more responsibility. It's more of being at home. It's a lot of shit that goes with that, man. And some people just say, nah.
What's the best line? Clint Eastwood. A man has to know what his limitations are.
Yes.
Hey, Seven.
That was one of the best lines. I mean, that was one of the best lines. Man, you got to know his limitations. Yep. But the problem is, you always should be challenging them, though. That's what I would say. Yep. That's my only retort to that. We should always challenge our boundaries.
Yeah.
So Seven, check this out. So let me ask you this, right? And just talking in response to the men of your age. And listen, don't take offense to it. It's just part of what I say. You're a crack era generation young man, right? It has nothing to do with you. And and if I guess your age, you're probably about 35. I think you said it, but I don't think I really could. You about 35?
I turned 34 on Monday.
Okay, 34. Yeah, you second generation. You're about second. It was really in the move and groove, right? So would you say most of those guys grew up without a solid male in their life?
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah. See, brothers like that, they always have this sense of, I guess, it's like they scared to put their wings out and stretch their
Yeah.
wings.
Yep.
And the problem with that is it's okay 18, 19, 20, but 21,
You got to stretch.
you have to, it's like you have to be forced to put your wings out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I hear it, I can always sort of understand, like, okay, they didn't have that man talking to them saying, listen, life ain't gonna be easy. You ain't gonna get everything you want, right? And then they hear messages from women who saying, well, black men ain't all that good. They ain't that you ain't really got to go to college. Everybody don't go college. Everybody don't go military. You can stay right here and, work. We can work together. But a man, that ain't the message he needs. All men are made to explore the world. Yeah. We're the only group of men who's told we got to keep them at home. Don't let them get out on the world. But if we're teaching along the way, then they should be ready to fly as soon as they ass get 19, 20. I would say 21, 22, because once you turn 21, there's no limitations to where you can you can go anywhere in the world as a man at that point and learn anything. A lot of people are still holding on to that little boy in them because they didn't have a lot of men saying, listen, you're just as valuable as Timmy the white boy, Yang the Asian, the Philippine, the Russian. That's the message you got to
get. Get ready to bounce. What you got, Sean? That's
yeah.
Thought, Sean.
He put his shades back on. He's cool now.
Yeah. I'm cool again. I'm Steve. Thank you.
Nah. You do look like him though.
Good man. I miss talking with y'all. Seven, thank you for joining as well, and good meeting you, bro. I've seen you before, but good seeing you again. And all I could say as far as the topic, I told you I'm veering away. Help me, reel me back in, please. I don't want to go, but
I gotta go, mama.
But yeah, I think we touched on it a couple of times, and it's about respecting what it is that you have, appreciating gratitude on what it is that you have, and unfortunately, we fall short of that. And I'm not just talking about the sisters, because some of us men we fall short as well, but sisters, identify, recognize what it is you value outside of them making money. Because them making money is going to be a transactional relationship. And if you focus more on character, you might have a loving relationship. To each his own. Love and transactional, that's your choice. Me personally, I want a loving relationship. Transactional is so easy. And I'm like I said, I'm leaning towards it because that's a lot of where we got them passport bros. It's transactional. And they love the transaction. So you actually find love as well, but it's transactional. So to each his own, do what you got to do. Sierra over Megan, even though Megan might win right now with Clay because Clay don't know what to do, but Green whatsoever. I think that he's choosing what is going to be beneficial for him. The one thing in the entertainment industry, and when I say entertainment, it includes sports, is that you got to have a special kind of girl in order to understand your absence, in order to understand your world, in order to understand who you're going to be bringing them around. And that's where Meg has a little bit of an advantage from the average person, is because she has been around and in the entertainment industry to where she can cater to some of the things that that type of lifestyle will offer. And she be able to,
right.
And that's why he might, to Payne's point, propose to her. But that attitude that we all speak about, the red pill, everybody speak about, once that veers this ugly head, he ain't gonna be the one that's gonna be, oh, okay, don't worry about it. He gonna be the one that's gonna be, oh, can't deal with that. I'm gone, and it's gonna be her loss. So she got to maintain and contain that behavior, and she might be able to get a husband. I think that she wants a husband. To everybody's point, I don't know that she's definitely been out there, but that's been a whole mentality has been this generation's go-to. So if that's the case, most women are hoes in our community. So I can't sit there and say you can't make them into a
Sweet
house,
no.
because guess what? They're becoming housewives if we become husbands.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
is
they
I
become
say
housewives if they want to.
he
well,
can he can
defining a hoe is really what it boils down to. Because, like we said earlier, unless you got a virgin, you can argue she might be a hoe.
Yeah, that's gonna be another show. We definitely,
No,
I
no.
gotta definitely have you
But
on that show.
you ain't getting no argument because you're right. If
Yeah.
your wife wasn't a virgin, you really can't object. It's just whether her mentality is changed enough and she can still cleave to a man, and she hasn't been beat down and with all trauma and shit. Because here's the thing that you can tell, Sean, and you know this, that a woman with massive dicks, right? She can't hide her trauma because that energy impacts her in a lot of different ways, and they're gonna reveal that shit to you one way or the other.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, fellas, enjoyed a
yeah.
good seeing you all.
Yeah,
And
man, I'm only joking. We're gonna have to get together, man. Come up with some
Yeah.
things and
all right, cool.
go ahead and substitutes. We got that group thing on
Put my
on,
number
IG.
because I ain't usually on. I haven't been on the internet, even though I'm probably gonna be coming back, but I haven't been on for a while. So if you can't find me, just call me and I'm with it.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Well, you put your number somewhere?
Huh?
Back?
Yeah.
Did you put
No,
your
I'm
number
gonna put it.
somewhere?
Our press
IG thing. Yeah.
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 All right, man.
All right.
All right, man. All right, Sean.
All right.
Most
Thanks for
definitely,
coming
bro.
up, man. Yeah, man. Good to
Man,
talk to
thanks
you,
for
brother.
having me. Good seeing y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. All right,
All
bro.
right, so hey, listen, let me ask you guys a question since we're still here, man. What do y'all what was the thing? Well, was I gonna bring up the cop? I know we want to talk about this relationship, but I was thinking about the cop thing that was going down with the dude in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Hold on, before we get to that point, man. I wanna ask a question because I mean, like I said,
Hey,
I
so
like
you
to
say
listen.
you
You know what I mean,
you gonna leave? Okay, you staying up?
God gave me 2 ears.
Okay.
You think if Megan could run into a dude that got some pimp C in him and some sugar free, you saying that she may know how to act because he may be the man that she needs in her life? Is that what y'all saying?
That ain't the man she need in her life.
Oh, you talking? She's with the man she needs in her life already.
Yeah.
Right now.
If you talking about rappers, she don't need no
No,
rappers.
no, not a rapper, but a guy that of that ilk of that clock.
Hell no.
She's with the guy she needs right now.
Yeah. And you said a pimp
Is
C
out.
or a sugar free.
Yeah.
Sugar free older than me. Shit.
No, I'm not talking about like the age. I'm talking about like how he is as a man,
Well,
as he presents himself. Because you said, "Hey, she never met a man like that." All I'm saying is for her to minimize her streetness and her city girl shit. Does she need a man like a Sugar Free or a Pimp C to put in her place
She needs a guy like
for it to
Klay
work?
Thompson. She needs a guy like Klay Thompson.
That's why Tori is in jail right now because she didn't like that, and she fighting against that. She don't got that now with Klay.
Oh, she need a man that's the total opposite of what she's been, and she's with him. She ain't got no man to sit back and calling hoes and bitches and all of that. She got a man that actually is saying, no, you are a woman, and I want to treat you like a woman. I want to be able to spoil you. I want you to be my wife. You know, those type of men is what she needs.
But this my thing.
I don't call girls hoes and bitches, but I was born in '91 and I listened to NWA and everybody else. I know how to get in line.
She's
Close for
She's with Klay Thompson, and the difference is that she's already had these other guys that's like that. She's with Klay because she recognizes that he's the kind of guy that with just him being him is going to make her be a better woman.
Yeah.
Period.
These and those are people who had money and abused the women because they have it.
Right.
Has money and he ain't trying to abuse the women. Big difference.
That's a big difference, man. This guy, I mean, you know what? We're talking. She said that shit herself, man. You either believe it or not. She said, I never met a fucking guy like this before. I never had a relationship with a guy like this before. And the fact that she's 30 years old saying that, I believe it.
Those other dudes, to me, those other dudes was clowns. I mean, you giving Tory Lanez as I'm giving him a clown award. I'm giving the other dudes that she was talking to, the dude before Tory Lanez that was helping her career and whatever. He was helping her career around her lyrics. That wasn't his program. I'm saying if she was to meet a dude, if most of these black chicks met a dude where you get on my program or it's a rap, I mean, I'm giving some of them are gonna follow. Most of them gonna follow, but a lot of these dudes out here don't got a program.
But where you lose me at is she gets with a dude. She's already with a dude.
Yeah.
Some of those men that you're talking about, they don't have a program. They just have money.
Yeah,
and they have
exactly.
But they have a fucked up mentality.
That's what I'm saying. If she was to meet a guy,
I'm
I'm giving y'all the layup of saying she could be a wife by meeting a guy or not trick back to the streets by being with a real man.
Why you keep saying that? She's with Klay Thompson right now.
Yeah, Klay Thompson is that dude.
But I'm giving it to Winter Break. You talking about she gonna marry him?
But what?
Are we talking past each other?
You keep saying if she gets with a guy who's gonna change, she's already with the guy who's gonna change. If she doesn't marry, forget marry. If Klay Thompson ain't the dude, she's gonna go right back to the fucking streets.
But what I'm saying is Klay Thompson what I'm saying is Klay got her. Listen, Klay got her. But I'm saying for her to remain that wife and to remain a good girl, I'm saying she may need a dude where, hey, I'm gonna put you in a place to where you doing this and we doing this together. Not just you got your stuff and I got my stuff.
Klay is the dude.
But what I'm saying is a lot of these dudes don't know how to put a program for a girl for them to follow.
But you gotta understand.
No,
you're missing the point. JT, go ahead.
All right, cool.
JT.
Sean, I thought you was leaving this thing.
I know, Sean. It's your bedtime, man.
I didn't want to go nowhere. He wouldn't just want to.
JT, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
Trying to. If he closes his eyes a little bit, he can understand.
No, I get what he's saying. So the answer is no. She couldn't get with a guy that would have a program for her. She has to have a guy where this shit it has to be organic. Reason being is because that traditional shit is not going to work for her. That's not you talking about a millionaire that's getting with a millionaire. And not only, so we got that out the way. We both ain't hurting for no money, right?
Correct.
So she's with a man she's seeing how this man moves in the world and how he makes her feel. And whatever it is that he does to make, when you talking about somebody that's putting a woman on a program and shit like that, that's not his wife. This is a woman that he's dating. So they have to experience each other. So when you're talking about Klay Thomas, this is why the guys are saying, no, that is the dude that she needs. This is why they're attracted to each other, because he's doing something that she ain't never even experienced before. That's what she needs. So the thing is that, yeah, and she's right there, and they're right in the same age bracket, actually, to tell you the truth. It's the same thing. So even with, you got to remember, with the Tory Lanez, the thing was that there was something about him that she probably liked too, right? We talking about people that's right there in the same, they both are celebrities and all kind of other shit. The problem, there you go. Right.
What the pain say?
He pretty much fucked off the whole I'm a good guy type of thing to her, because guess what he ended up doing? Fucking her friend.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
He was getting ready to try to fuck Kylie Jenner right in front of him.
Yeah. So you talking about, and then think about this. For one, and it does play a part, he's a little dude. And he had a little man's mentality. That little man's mentality. He ain't got no business being in prison right now. I would have told old girl, this is on your ass. This is on you. Fuck that, and I don't give a damn. He sat there and tried to be the goddamn white knight, and look what he got his ass. He was the one. All he had to do was say, "Hell nah, shorty, I ain't gonna be able to." No, this ain't no dude. He from Canada.
Yeah.
He's actually an artist. This ain't no. He ain't no street dude. He ain't nothing. Even if you listen to his music, ain't nothing street about it.
Correct.
So he's an artist, and it's good music that he makes, and he's a producer.
The industry went out to him, man.
Right. So it's a thing where women will actually be drawn to him based off of his skills that he have in the studio, based off of probably his charisma. I don't know his personality and shit like that. But what we keep knocking out is that there are women that end up being at a point with men that they actually like the niggas.
And can I say this?
They like them.
The pimp mentality is what these people have, and you just mentioned it. The pimp mentality is have money, which attract women, and exploit them for their attraction.
Yes. And so that's where it's getting lost in the younger generation because they have no footing on how to even have a relationship. You got dudes calling girls bro, girls calling dudes bro. That's my homie. You know, all these different things because guess what happens to the homie? She end up getting fucked. You ain't the homie. These niggas don't like you like that. We'll sit back and tell these women all damn day. They don't like you. Ain't that damn special for a nigga to just have you hanging around and he ain't gonna try to fuck. And especially if you're attractive and you got a nice body on you. You know what I'm saying? That's not how this goes with men. We're still the same men.
Right.
We'll sit back and that's my little sis. We already know that's code word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when another woman comes around that he wants to rock with or he is rocking with, he get to calling her. He be like, yeah, that's my little sis right there. That's my dog right there. These are code words that these niggas is using. Women still like men. They just been skewed in their mind. You got a 21-year-old, somebody that's about to be with it. They 21 a day. They ain't really dated nobody. Think about all these things the girls are saying right now. I had a boyfriend and we was together for a long time. How long was y'all together? 2 years. It's not a long time. It's 24 fucking months. I had a long-term relationship. How old are you? I'm 21 years old. You're 21 years old and you had a long-term relationship. When did you and your long-term relationship start? Well, I was about 16. Girl, shut the fuck up. They have no footing. They don't understand. Because when you're a teenager, you should be dating. You should be seeing, like with us as men, what we trying to do, we're trying to get as many numbers as we can, as many women as we can. We know we ain't going to screw all of them, but we're trying to figure this thing out as far as what is it about me that the majority of women like? And guess what we end up doing? When we start understanding, they like my smile. They like the way I talk. They like the way my voice vibrates off the ears and shit like that. The way I dress. Like women, they like the way dudes dress. They like the shoes you wear. But then they get to talking to you and they on that phone because I come from the era that we'll be on the phone with a woman or a girl. We'll be on the phone for 6 hours with their ass.
Same here.
Talking.
Same here.
So we get it right. So we get in our footing. That's what I'm saying. The thing is that I'm really on the side that our pain is on now because you have a woman that is 30 years old, no kids, at the height of her career and steady making money and having different types of careers that's going, and she meets a man that's in that vicinity. Mm-hmm. And this man is not only is he's capable of making money and having businesses and homes, whatever the fuck it is. But now she can understand and we can like each other. We can actually go on dates and shit with each other. And
he's superior to her too.
Yeah, and that, right, because you see the smile, you see how it's like the femininity is all in her right now.
Oozing right out of her.
It's just oozing out of her. And she looks, this is the craziest thing. I always thought she was attractive. But women are even more attractive when they're smiling, when they exude their femininity. When she do the whole eye and all that looking mean mugging shit, that's not attractive to me. But young men will say, hey, that's a bad bitch. They don't say that's a cute woman. They don't say, man, you see how attractive Megan Thee Stallion is? They say that she's a bad bitch. And we've been saying this about women for so long, for these 20 years, that now they've adopted that type of talk. They're calling themselves bad bitches, boss bitches. And they're exuding ass and titties. Then they putting shit in their lips. Why? Because this is what the men say that they want it. This is what men say. Y'all say y'all want it. It got so bad where they move what we want out of it and they just start doing it because it's their religion now. They can't even go outside. They can't go outside without having somebody's hair on their head no more. They can't go somewhere without showing their ass. Every time I see a profile picture, and this is what young men have to start doing to change it. Anytime you see a woman and you see her IG, and if she got any fucking pictures showing her ass, don't like it. As a matter of fact, just like how we're sitting back talking about how much we don't like about women, why not that be one of the things? I don't like when a woman sit there and you can't see her face, but you can see her ass, right? I don't want to date a woman like that. I fuck her, but I won't date her. Niggas are so goddamn silent when it comes down to this. This is why women are so goddamn confused, man. Because you got dudes like us talking, right? And they'll say we hate women. And then you would get some dudes that's out there and they don't even stand on shit. I mean, to each their own, man. You know, how women, that ass though. And it messes our message up. That's why we have to, as men, start separating ourselves from the men that don't. We like, nigga, you crazy and out your fucking mind. Why would any man want to be with that motherfucking woman and her pictures is fucking got her tongue out and her ass out and her titties out? Every picture she got is with her titties out. And then it makes it worse because she got a little boy standing right in front of her. We ain't saying shit about that as men. So look, we gonna talk shit about Megan now when she actually is trying to change? How do we get this shit? That's what we want to see, ain't it? Isn't it that what we want to see is a woman sitting back saying, I love the man that I'm with. I love how he makes me feel. I love how he motivates me to be a better woman. I love this. I have never seen this before. This is what we've been asking for women to do. Then what's going to happen? Motherfucker sit there. You go up under Megan and what's his name? Clay. You go up under it right now. I guarantee you can go up under they shit right now on IG. You're going to see so much negative shit down there. You're going to see so much negative shit. Like what we said earlier, the niggas are simp and all these different things. But the more we talk about it, the more we think about this shit, don't we want change from women?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's my whole thing is that our mind has to be a little bit more open for especially these young women. If we see something that's positive there, best thing that we can do is say, now that's cool right there, right? We ain't got to sit back and be all in and be like, they changed. Oh man. No, that ain't what we got to do, but we got to encourage that part of it, man. Clarissa Shields, man, I'm telling you, the thing about that, because this girl is like, she's like a tomboy, right? And I don't really like seeing women boxing. But I see how this girl do what she do. I'm like, now that's some dope ass shit right there. Cause she is actually like, she can whoop ass. And so for her to sit back and get a man that his ex-wife said he was a great man and she didn't want him. And she said, well, shit, I take him. And then when she got a chance to experience him, she's experienced herself being with him. Even with her doing the boxing and he working out with her, you can still see the femininity in her. You know why? Because she keeps smiling.
Have you seen the latest interview when she said we're gonna have a kid over
Yeah.
after I yeah.
Yeah, you know, she from our neck of the woods anyway. I mean, I stay in Michigan, but I don't stay in Flint. But they root for her 100 right here. I'm talking about they do. She having like the problems that she had with her family. She don't be trying to put the shit out there. Now she don't have to put it out there because she was almost breaking at a breaking point, getting into it with cousins and sisters and stuff. She got a man that actually know how to lead her. And she talks about that. She was like, man, the stuff that he does for me, the way that he leads, the way that the thing, man, we have to be able to at least say, damn, nigga, these niggas are representing the good men.
It's so funny, man, but because I remember her as a young girl in that one Olympic team way back when. She, you know, and she had no money. She had nothing, man. She was
Nothing.
She was just raw. You could just tell her raw. But she was the only one in the Olympics who came back with
the gold medal. Right? Yep.
And that whole year, the men's basketball, men's boxing was almost dead. She and she turned it into I mean, she's been around for quite some time.
Quite some time. And she's rough around the edges, man. But then it's something about her that'll make you like her. We already know. That's the thing where when we used to always be like that with our women. We be like, yeah, she a little rough around the edge, but man, she cool. You know, it was still some good things we seen in them. So that's where I get to the point where I'm like, damn, this shit is getting too far. You know, it's like it's just going too far because I'm not going to sit there. I don't have to sit there and get this whole thing where I'm saying they don't love us. They don't like us no more. But I'm seeing the other generation. And I'm like, these motherfuckers jumping out the gate, 16, 17 years old, not liking men. Now men don't like men. Now, you know how crazy that is? We've always had the problem where you had the gang shit and all that. But now it's like black men don't like black men, black women don't like black men. And now it's at a point where black women don't like black women. And it's starting to show so bad. Why? Because you got so many other black women that's hearing what we're saying as men, and they're saying they're making sense. And so then when you get those women, what happens? She's a pick me. Like, damn, this shit is getting too far out of hand. So we got to get to a point where something got to change on the relationship with women and men, because we are naturally leaders, even when we don't want to be. If you got a woman and you want to be able to marry a woman, you have to show her that you have some leadership in you.
Yeah, but
smooth, rough, whatever.
That's an individual thing, right? Like I said, as far as every man, if you want to have, like you said, I agree with you. You got to be the leader of your little clan. But this whole notion about, I think, as far as I'm concerned, with the way I see it, and you know, I just think we can't force the issue about the village and all that other kind of shit no more. If shit doesn't happen organically, we can't force it, right? Because you need a critical mass of people. We got to just look at creating a new black community, right? Because I'm just thinking, you know, until women have been trying to change men, and they've been recruiting all kinds of levers to try to do that, and it's just not really working the way they think it is, right? Because we have a natural nature that was gifted to us by God, and they've been putting all kinds of weapons against us, right? Black women's against us, feminism against us. You know, we got people saying that your masculinity is toxic. You know, your basic character, your basic essence of being a man is not. That's just all bullshit. And men are, like you said, are not buying it anymore. We're starting to. If you're a little older, you know, but you're still in those formative years, like 35 to 45, you're saying, wait a minute, man. You know, I work best when I work within my masculinity to do the things I need to do, right? I'm going to have to reject some of the bullshit that I've heard from the Oprah Winfreys and all these fucking people over the decades. And unfortunately, maybe some of the men in my circle. That's why Obama was pushing this thing that in order for you to be a man, you got to fucking listen to some, fudge dude. The fuck, yeah. Why? because they're continuing, right? They continue, so that's all part of it. So I'm just trying to say is, you're right. The younger guys, as they come up, they're saying, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not buying anything. I'd rather be alone. If it's all transactional, I'll pay for what I want. You want me to take you out? Listen, you know what? If I take you out, I want something in return for it. Or else we ain't going. And there's a lot of guys are retreating into their own cubby holes. Like this whole thing about men, especially black men, are lonely. I don't think that's true. They might be some lonely men. Not that most black men say, shit, if I can't be who I am, I'd rather just be alone. That's different than being lonely.
Yeah, that's different because
different than being alone.
Yeah, I've seen guys, man, that travel. I done seen some. I'm talking about young dudes that get on the plane by themselves, go overseas, and they go explore other countries by themselves. And that shit is crazy because guess what? As men, that's the best thing for us to ever learn is to be okay with being by yourself. Not being lonely, it's to be by yourself. So I like what you said, Payne, when you said a new community, a new black community. You're right, because our mindset has to change and evolve to a point where we can't stay the same, but this new shit ain't working either, right? So we have to be able to mine this shit out, and that's how we will create it.
But here's the thing, I have to say it. The new shit that's created by women ain't gonna work.
That's what I mean. That's what
The new community that we have to build has to be man-led.
Yep.
And here's the thing, right? And here's the fucking thing I tell women, I say, y'all talk all of this shit. You guys can't exist without being in our spaces.
Right.
Women can't stand men having their own shit. Happiness, your own space. They gotta be in the middle of it, right? Because it's this inherent inferiority thing that they have. And they're looking at it the wrong way. They've tried everything, feminism and all this kind of stuff, and it seems to work. But the only thing it worked in is destroying the community, destroying your relationships, destroying your opportunities to be wives and not mothers, your mothers, but it's all disjointed because you can't even raise your kids. When we see, and your kids can't read. When I hear black women say we're the most fucking educated and all that, but none of your kids can read.
Right.
The fuck you
You're gonna see a lot of
so a bunch of educated women with dumb kids is crazy.
You're gonna see by 2030 the consensus and the studies of real numbers coming out. You know what I mean? Like you said, like you're gonna hardly see black women married or that whole black woman race and black men getting black women is gonna be rare.
I feel sorry for my daughters. I say, listen, I say I feel sorry for them, not to say that they feel anything other than, but they're in this world. I can't protect it from them.
Yeah.
I don't think, but Pam, I don't think like you should feel sorry. I don't know what you mean by that, because if she's a black woman and she's different, she's gonna stand out. Trust me, she's gonna really stand out by the whole.
That don't matter no more.
This even when black girls doing this shit right there, nope, she ain't doing that. She gonna be.
No, she don't do that. She don't got no bull roll. None of my girls do. No tattoos, no bull fucking ring. First of all, they couldn't come to my house with one of them shits on their head.
Yeah.
They got natural hair. They got all that stuff. The point really is, it's not enough to be out. You got to be in the right position for somebody to recognize you. Right? You got to be in the right circles for that to happen. Now, whatever circles my oldest daughter is in, she's happy with, right? There's people in there. She's social, right? So I can't, but what I'm saying is they can't see the world the way I see it. And a lot of women today, forget my daughters, but all women, they don't understand that I believe that every fucking woman needs to be covered by a man at some way, shape, form, or form. And the only reason why they're not, either their father died before somebody came in and took up for them, or they just rejected it because they bought into the feminist shit. What's going on? Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's
But
up, man?
What's going on, fellas? It's been a while. How's it going?
what's going
What's
on,
up, sir?
Antoine? What's popping with you,
Not much.
brother?
Not much. I finally got a chance to get out of work and everything else. I was trying to listen to you guys, but I had to charge my phone and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I put in the chat, but one of the biggest issues that's going on in the community is no balance. And I feel like that's it's been a big problem it seems like for the last 40 plus years or so, there's no balance in our community because I remember a time when some of our characteristics we got from our mom, some characteristics we got from our dad, and we learned to develop them to be who we are because of it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
because the majority of the households in our community are being led by women, we're only getting one aspect of it, and we're not getting that balance from the other side for whatever reason. Whether because he's locked up, he just doesn't want to be there. Sadly, he's probably no longer alive. And then you got these sisters that have this mentality thinking, oh, I could do it by myself. I could do a better job. And then they wonder when they see these guys get older, they're either worse than women or they just don't know what the hell to do because they're not getting that balance from the other side saying, hey, this is one perspective. Here's another perspective. You find a way to like you always say, JT, you find a way to make it work. You find a way to fix it. You find a way to put it together, and you go from there. You got too many sisters out here taking on that. Like the gender roles are changing. You got too many sisters taking on those traits being the dominant ones, the strong ones. They have to be in charge. And then you got these dudes who don't even know how to do something similar to change a flat tire. And it's like, what the hell is going on here? It's getting to the point now, and I remember saying it before, and I've said it on those panels before, what the hell is going on? When did being a man that has assurance and confidence in himself, in his identity and everything be seen as quote unquote toxic or misogynistic or, oh, that's, I don't know, some type of negativity bullshit that goes with it? I mean, when did this all of a sudden start happening? You always hear women saying they want a man that has that type of assurance, that knows what he's doing, that knows how to handle himself or hold his own. And the minute they meet that man, they're like, you're too this, that, and the other. And it's like, I don't know, man.
You know where I first saw that shit at? Probably in 2012, when you start seeing a lot of these women of influence spewing this shit out. Yeah, these so-called doctors and these feminist doctors and these psychologists and psychiatrists that's sitting back talking about this crazy ass shit. I just remember them saying this shit, and they talk nice and they talk soft, and they sit here and they're supposed to be putting an impression on women and men saying that dumbass shit that they were saying. I just remember, and that was the first time I actually saw a Tommy Sotomayor, and I remember, and I thought that he was like a villain because she was talking soft. It was a white lady. She was talking real soft, and she was saying shit, and I wasn't really paying attention to her words. And I just remember Tommy came up, and Tommy said, "So let me just explain something to you. I ain't no goddamn fool." And I was like, why is he talking to her like that? He's like, you gonna come on my platform and you, just because you talking soft and all that, I hear what the fuck you saying. And he went off. And so I said, damn, let me find out who this woman really is. Goes on there, feminist. And it wasn't that he went on her platform. She came on his platform and they were talking. This was during the time. This wasn't like what we got right here. Okay. This was doing blog talk.
Okay.
This was doing the blog talk era. This is when people called in.
Okay.
And I remember that was kind of like probably the first time I heard him speaking. And once I started hearing that conversation, because the conversation was probably about 4 hours long, and I tuned and I said, he just broke her whole thing down. I don't even think she it's like, I think they finished the whole conversation. And it ended amicably, but she didn't rage quit. She didn't do none of that shit. And they sat there for hours going back and forth with each other. He didn't call out her name or nothing like that, but he was saying that she was on some bullshit. Now, it's the first time, and I think that was his first channel. And dog, I just started looking at all the interviews that because he was having these interviews, bro. I'm talking about you had Joe Jackson. He had dog. I wish I can find it. If you look up Tommy Sotomayor and David Duke, he had a 2-part interview with David Duke. And a lot of people don't even know who the fuck David Duke is. But David Duke sitting there talking real nice and soft and quiet. And him and Tommy was going back and forth. He didn't call David Duke out his name. David Duke didn't call him out of his name. He was talking about how much he's a nationalist. He talked about all of that. And I think each part had like 4 hours per part. If you look up Tommy Sotomayor and David Duke, it's on there. Washington.
Wow, that's heavy.
Bishop T.D. Jakes, he had an interview with. Like, that's where I got to the point where I was listening to all these fucking talking points and these people coming on these panels talking all nice and soft and shit like that. And they were saying some of the most fucked up bullshit. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers been bamboozling us forever, man. I don't know who that. What was that? Strip club?
Who's
That was a
looking at a
regular
strip
club, man.
club?
That was a regular club. They're all in the club, bro.
What's up, Anton,
Out
man?
here in Dallas. They out there, man.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Let me. I just want to switch it a little bit. Did you guys get a chance to see that Ray J and Cam Newton interview?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Bro, Cam Newton. I'm starting to think that he's a genius.
Why you say that?
Man, Ray J came on there and was saying a bunch of nothing. He was going crazy. Like, he said he wasn't on drugs, but man, if you go see it, I said, well, if he ain't on drugs, they trying to go viral. The shit that Ray J was going, the interview, oh my God. And I'm like, Cam, why are you what's going on with this shit? Why are you having Ray J on here? He was saying a bunch of fucking nothing, bro.
Shit, when he said Jalen Hurts wasn't a top quarterback,
that's another story.
You already knew he was crazy.
He got 3 shows on. That's funny. He's got 4th and 1, and then his podcast where he does that.
Man, it was. He premiered it today, and I was just like, that is something where you probably can just, man. It was all comedy. It was all comedy, dog. That shit had me. I was like, Ray J is, because I was supposed to have been already doing a show on Ray J with that whole thing with him and Candace, and he had the damn the Transformer. Whole, like, that's how he was talking. Even the one, like, I might have to just do a collage of videos of Ray J when he was talking about the P. Diddy shit.
Oh man!
When he got into it with his sister on camera, it's
wow.
What the hell? You can go all the way back, and there is something that has to be wrong with him. You can go all the way back that on the Breakfast Club, when he called into the Breakfast Club and he told the rapper Fabulous that he was going to get some booty goons to Ray. I said,
you know what? It's funny that you're talking about Ray J. I just think that he never recovered from the fact that he bust down Kim Kardashian and she became a billionaire.
He talked about it and he didn't say shit. He talked about it and didn't say. He was like, what he said. He was saying that they against him. He said, "Man, I'm saying too much, and they're gonna try to delete me." Right? He would just kept saying shit like that, and he was like, "I'm telling y'all, this is way more." And he talking like he's talking to the gods and just saying random shit. And I've never seen Cam Newton just sitting there like, what the hell did I get myself into? He talked about all of it. He talked about the P. Diddy, like the Diddy parties and stuff like that. And you was like Cam he would not allow Cam to get like the moments.
I hear
He
you.
was just all over the place.
I'm getting ready to roll out of here, though, man.
Yeah, we are getting ready to do it, man.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm gonna have to check that. The other thing is, let me ask you guys a question with the Memphis, with the Jacksonville thing, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, you was.
Guy getting punched in the face, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
real quick. Here's I did it live on this one today. The question I said for the black police chief who pissed me off, they talking that same old bullshit, black man with a black face. I would say, would he have protected his officer if he would have punched a white woman in the mouth in the face under the same circumstances?
Nope.
That's my litmus test.
Nope.
Would this guy be off if he punched a white woman in the face? You know, because there's a lot of white Karens, and there's a lot of video traffic stops where I see they have to break their window. But if a guy comes out of nowhere and socks a white woman in the face, will we be talking about the same thing, Mr. Black brother? That's what I said. So, no.
Yeah, I think he screwed up bad. That chief has screwed up really bad. That was a terrible. That press conference was a terrible press conference, man.
He had a lot of bullshit in there, man. He said the guy he had this picture from March, and he just wanted. Well, you don't dictate when he wants to bring that out. I said, listen, the guy was first of all, the guy was an idiot. We all can attest to that, right?
Of course, yeah.
He should have complied. But the point is that when he got punched in the face, that was just pure brutality because the cop got his dander up. That's it. He was mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
And that same
I didn't see the video of that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I didn't see the video.
Yeah,
No, this is the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah. So in the context of it, the guy wouldn't open his door and all that, so they broke his window. And the cop came in. The guy's staring up to space like an asshole. He wasn't reaching for nothing. And the cop punched him in the face, chipped his tooth. And then they one of the cops wrote in their report that, there was a knife in the car. Well, you're in fucking Florida. Everybody got a knife in the car and a gun. So what does that have to do with it? So I said,
Cops are always going to find a way to cover one another for something like that. That's why.
I gotta go. All I said is, would you have said the same thing, Mr. Police Chief, if he had punched a white woman in the face? And if that he wouldn't punch a white woman in the face, why did he punch the brother in the face? Because what? Because he's a man or because he's black?
I think it was a combination. I think it was a combination of both. I think he was agitated. He didn't know how to maintain his bearings as an officer. He should.
And let me land it here. If he gets off completely scot-free, knowing that his chief says it's okay for him to punch black people in the face, how close is that particular officer from deleting somebody?
He's very close.
Yeah, very.
But again, this is a learning tool for everybody, for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll say this because I've seen the video a couple of times, right? Yes, I hate the fact that, listen, man, I'll say this and I ain't gonna get into what is going on. Listen, if your ass let somebody drive your car and they ain't got no license, you the fool. Don't let no nigga drive your car that ain't got no license. Don't do it. And the fact that you get pulled over, if it would have took 10, 15 minutes, but he already knew what was going on. He played the game the way he wanted to play it. It'll take a supervisor 45 minutes to an hour just to get to you. So I ain't trying to be waiting around for the police that long. I got other shit to do. But he came outside dirty. So that's his problem. And they was patient.
He didn't have a license either? He didn't have a license?
No, he ain't had no license. He had weed on him. All that came, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, but he had less than
but
20,
it was
20 grams.
It was bagged up. It wasn't rolled up. That's the difference.
Not in Florida.
But what I'm saying is, at least, listen, it's a bad thing. They busted the window. It seemed like he tried to bust it a second time and caught him. But it's a bad look on both sides. But shit, my thing is this, man. We can't be playing dirty games and then say our hands are clean.
Exactly. That's a fair point. That's a fair point because if you go like Coach Ferg said, if your stuff ain't straight, don't give them a reason to come after you. Now, if his license was squared away and everything else, he had no weed on him, so on and so forth, and then this stuff happened, that's one thing. But if you knew your stuff wasn't right from the door, driving on suspended license, and you got weed on you, you know how some of these cops are going to feel about that. Oh, you got a controlled substance. They're going to look for any reason to say something just to put you down.
Yeah, but Antoine, this is the thing. This is the thing. First and foremost, we have to parse out the message that we want to get across. We already understand, like, if we're going to talk about the cop, we have to talk about the cop itself. Just like if we're going to talk about him, that's why, like, we get to talking about him, you'll start seeing people talking about well, that's still not a reason to put. We're not talking about the reason and all that crazy ass shit. It still don't exonerate that man for punching him. No. So what Payne was saying was on the officer side, right? You have the chief. The chief did a damn
press conference.
A press conference, and the chief for one didn't even know everything that happened, and he was saying a bunch of shit that was actually not true.
Wow.
Right? So
someone gonna set up for failure.
Right. So, and this was because he was trying to get his officer out. This is that blue line shit, that blue fence, whatever the fuck they call that shit.
Right? The blue wall. The blue wall.
Right. And that shit was fucked up because that piece of shit ass cop, little short ass, frumpy ass motherfucker, just because he's frustrated, that's why you're a police officer. You got to work through your frustration. Now, if I would have pulled him out. I would have probably busted the window and pulled him out. But I'm not punching the young man in the fucking jaw. I'm just gonna go ahead, get them cuffs on him, throw his ass in the goddamn in the car, and wait for the supervisor to come so he can talk to him. That's basically all we gonna do. I'm not about to sit here and have a long fucking conversation with you about some bullshit. You know what it was, police, and I'm talking about on the police officer standpoint. You knew all y'all damn cops that's there. Somebody just like, man, this boy ain't trying to comply because he closed the fucking door, bust the fucking window, unlock the shit, and get him in the car. Do whatever you need to do to get him in the car because he ain't gonna fight you. He was too goddamn frail. He's a little sugar boy anyway. Right. But since you didn't, now you're going to have to face some type of punishment because guess who's about to face punishment? That damn department. That's a lawsuit. That's a hell of a lawsuit, right?
The problem with all these cops now, it seems like they got this God complex. They think once they got the sidearm and the badge, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want. Nah, bro, you're going to be held to a higher standard than regular citizens. That's why you're in that position. You're doing this job because you said that you was you're told to do your job, and you're gonna be held to a higher set of standards and expectations, and people are gonna expect you to be held to those expectations. The problem is when you have these cops that have this complex, they feel like they just say whatever they want, and you're supposed to just listen. But at the same time, you gotta maintain that composure, like you said. You got to maintain that composure no matter what. Do not give anyone a reason to just snap at and think you can put your hands on somebody. Now, if this individual try to make a swing on you, that's one thing. But this person never try to make a swing on you. Why do you feel like you got to punch him? What gave you the justification to do that?
But the part of being
y'all could carry this on when you got the controls, right?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, brother.
All right, Payne.
It was a pleasure, man.
Oh, man, you have a good one.
Most definitely. So what happened though is when he did what he did, the officer, what I'm saying, the officer, when he did what he did, right? He's gonna have to say it ain't done. It's not. It's far from over. Trust me when I tell you that shit is far from over. Now, the young man, I don't want to talk to his stupid ass. I want to talk to the young men that can possibly get into a situation like that. First and foremost, make sure your L's is together. Secondly, make sure that you got insurance, registration. Even I don't understand why, and I don't, it ain't my job to try to understand why they still trying to check registration when the shit is attached to your damn your plates, right? And your
Exactly.
sticker, whatever it is, right? But you can't be wrong and then think you can hold court in the street. It could have got a lot worse for him. My whole thing is that we already understand that you're gonna run into some asshole cops. They give them a reason. Then give me a fucking reason. That's my whole thing. All he had to do, and this is how simple it is. Nothing. All he had to do, don't ask that man no more why he pulled you over. He already explained to you why he pulled you over. The only thing you had to do is nothing. Do whatever they said do, because guess what's about to happen? They about to fuck this car up and they about to fuck you up. And you survive this shit, young man. I'm talking about me talking to a young man. I'm not, fuck that. I don't want to talk to him in front of these bitch ass cops. My whole thing is that I want you to get home. And that's like me telling my son or my nephew or someone like that. Be assertive. First and foremost, when you're dealing with cops, be assertive. Don't be fearful and don't be angry. Be assertive. What you pull me over for? Okay, that's what you pull me. All right. Well, I'm not about to talk to you. I'll talk to your boss. Guess who your boss gonna be? Judge, whoever it is, right?
Right.
Because he could have, it was so much that boy could have won. He could have went there, took it to court. They would have bust down that whole thing with the daylights and all of that shit.
Yeah.
He could have won that. Now, he still could have lost, but I would rather fight it in court because the thing is that it didn't just stop raining, but it's not raining anymore. It was raining. And on top of that, the cop didn't even have no fucking running lights on.
Yeah, but the probable cause was the dark tint on the windows. That's the probable cause. Yeah, that's how they do. He got
everything can be a probable cause, bro.
But again, cops lie. So let's be real. Right? They lied based on the reason to pull him over, but you can see there were some issues, right? Okay, you pulling me over. I don't see none of y'all brothers up here putting your foot in the doorway, talking about a police officer show me the law that I was doing wrong.
All that shit is crazy, man.
All that's extra. That's because I know I'm guilty, so I'm stalling. It ain't my car. I already got the weed. My license is suspended. I know this. They don't know this. I'm just stalling. So now, after 30, 40 minutes, listen, I ain't got time to be talking to none of you slow ass motherfuckers after 40 minutes over a simple pullover ticket. Show me your registration and your license so we can get you on out of here. Even if you got suspended license, they ain't gotta really lock you up.
Nigga, and when you caught, you caught. That's my whole thing. You caught, you caught, man. Listen, if a motherfucker tell you they gonna arrest you, you can rest assured that they gonna arrest your ass. Yeah. You can't talk yourself out of it. There's no negotiation. You think that the damn, let me see your supervisor. You know what happens when you deal with people in the military sense? The supervisor might be more of an asshole than he is.
Man,
exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yup. That's so true.
At the end of the day, when you're dealing, you have to start dealing. I'm saying to the black men, you have to start dealing with these folks assertive. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you got caught and your ass is riding dirty, hey, they got me. It is what it is. It ain't like the man had 20 goddamn birds in the back in the trunk and shit like that. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
He had a little bit of weed. You ain't got no L's. The lights wasn't on. This is some shit that you can beat. And if you don't beat it, hey man, listen, I gotta pay this $250 because I did what, blah, blah. And I don't, it is what it is. You got a suspended license, oh well. You just gonna have to get another damn Bing But I'd be damn if I'm gonna sit there and get humiliated by some fucking cops punching me and jacking me the fuck up. Nah, nigga, it's this is what I'm doing. Hey, can I call somebody before y'all hook me up?
Exactly.
Come get this car, man. I don't want it to go on the impound.
Exactly.
They got me. Yup, it's done. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Or what he could have did was nothing and got that
Exactly.
fucking ticket and left.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get you, we're gonna give you a ticket. I'm not gonna take the car. You being cooperative. So I'm not gonna impound the car, but you can't drive it.
Exactly.
You're gonna call somebody to come get you or whatever it is, but you can't drive this car. And I'm gonna give you these tickets right here. You ain't had no seatbelt on. You ain't had your running lights on. You take the fucking tickets, and then you go to court and you say, "This is some bullshit. My life,
bullshit."
No, that's when you do that shit. And if the judges say yay or nay, that's all it is. But now you got a chipped tooth. Your head, you got probably a concoction. Motherfucker got glass all in your fucking face and in your. Nah, nigga, I'm too cool for that shit, man. I'm too cool for that shit, man. I'm not about to sit back and argue with some niggas that don't give a fuck about my life. Fuck y'all.
But
This
JT,
goofy ass nigga got me pulled over. I'll be sitting there saying all that shit while I'm in the car. This goofy ass nigga done got me, man. I supposed to been getting to such and such, and this nigga about to waste my time.
yes. See, JT,
Take it, dog.
that's the difference between us and cracker generation, man. They'll fight the bear. That's the difference. And listen, like I said,
Nigga had too many homies with him, dog.
But again, when you already violated, then we we want the world to correct our mistake, and that's where you lose, brothers. You gonna step away from the cops. You gonna lose in your own neighborhood.
Yeah,
you gonna lose with your family when you're trying to cheat on a base. Listen, he could have rode a bike over to get a little bag.
Look, if you ain't prepared, they got your ass. Let me tell you one thing about
part of the game.
Street dudes, like real, like niggas that were dope dealers. You know what a dope dealer have more other than a damn gun? You know what his biggest defense is? A lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because he knows that the chances of him getting hooked is very high. So he's going to have a lawyer. He's going to have some retainer money. He's going to have some money in a stash where he got a number for whoever he going to get. Hey man, come get this out of here for this bail. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you once I get down there how much my bail going to be, but go get that stack. I know it's going to be about 7. Why they got you like that? Shh, nigga, they caught me with a bird and a half. They not about to try to shoot their way out of this shit. Now if they got 20, you know what I'm saying, 20 pounds of cocaine, they might be like, you gonna have to catch my ass. Cause that 20 pounds, I gotta get it to wherever I gotta get it to, or they gonna kill me, nigga. They gonna kill me.
They gonna kill me. They gonna kill my family.
They gonna kill everybody. I got the shit, nigga. I got the So when you're talking about these traffic stops, we already understand that it's been too many of our people that have been deleted because of some dumbass cop on some bullshit wants to prove a point.
What a God complex do.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, we got to be a little more prepared. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And I don't watch that shit so many times, man. I'm like, did this motherfucker really bait this whole situation? Is this a whole? Because now I'm like, well, hold on. You ain't gonna try to file criminal charges because you still can file criminal charges on the motherfucker. You still can do that. But this the craziest part. He said, nah, I want the money. Who do we get when we want to go out here and get a lawsuit that we know that we gonna win? Not no goddamn Crump. Trump don't be winning shit.
Nope.
I
He
said
be
Johnny
trying to get
Cochran.
this shit.
God rest his soul.
Man, you better get man, all of these money grab ass lawyers ain't shit, man. He might win some little, some other high profile shit, but this shit, people are tired of this shit, man. Look at the rap that young man is getting now. They like, man, this motherfucker full of shit, right? This ain't the Black Lives Matter era no more. Them days are over with, man. They're over with. And I was telling somebody,
Is
I
it the
said,
same energy?
huh?
Is it the same energy as that black kid in Texas, where he stabbed that white
Here's
kid?
to
Carmelo
be
Anthony.
honest, bro. To be honest, the energy is gone. This
Yeah,
this fake outrage only lasts for 24 hours now. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
not gonna be what it was before, because guess what? Black folks are tired of being bamboozled. You get black
yeah.
folks all up in arms and, man, that was wrong what they did. The brother, he didn't do nothing. He ain't did nothing. And then you find out this motherfucker got knives and weed and he ain't got no L's. He talking shit to the cops and this, but like, hold on, homie. Wait a minute. We gotta stop fucking around with shit like this. This is where we get to the point where you say, listen, little stupid ass nigga, change your MO. If you ain't got no motherfucking L's and you ain't willing to go to fucking jail when you get caught, stay your ass from behind that damn wheel. That's all it is. Stay the fuck from behind that wheel, because you can't handle this shit right here. Like I said, that's why I said the dope dealer is the one to actually know how it goes. He get caught. The first thing he say is, I'm done. Hopefully they don't catch it. Hopefully they only give me a ticket. But if these motherfuckers open up this motherfucking this damn car, they about to find not only dope, but they about to find these goddamn AK-47s we got in here. I was only going around the block. You know what I'm saying? This is where but when they know that they got caught, what do? It's a done deal.
Got caught.
I'm done. I got caught. I got popped. Can I make a phone call right now, bro? Because I don't want my car impounded. Hey, Earl,
Yep.
they got me, dog. Come down here off of Lafayette and whatever. Hey, I'm gonna leave the key. Can you leave it? Hey, I'm talking to the cops too. Hey, man, are y'all able to just leave the keys up under the the driver's seat? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all able? That? Hey, call my girl. Call Shirley. Tell her, I got popped. I need those bands. Come pay my bail. Well, where you gonna be at?
Yeah.
Hold on. Where I'm gonna be at, sir? 13th precinct. I'm gonna be down at the 13th precinct. That's what they do. Ain't nobody talking about what you pulling me over for and all that.
Exactly.
They like,
It's like, yo, I got hit up. They got me on Raymond Boulevard. Yo, they're taking me to Green Street, bro.
hurry up and get me off these streets. Hurry up. I don't want nobody to see me getting hooked.
Officer, can I have someone come get my ride? I don't want this bad boy in the neck. I know what goes on down there. Yo, they're taking me to Green Street, bruh. Come get my car. They're taking me to Green Street.
It should be the same thing in the traffic. If you got a DUI, you like, they got me. How much you been drinking? I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I got fucked up. You mind taking this breathalyzer test? I don't mind. Fuck it. You got me. Shit. You can't talk yourself out of it.
Just cooperate.
And don't be a weed smoker. And you smoking in the car? It's over with, man. That's the probable cause right there. You drove right past me and smelled smoke. You got me, nigga. It's a done deal. Call my mama, somebody.
Man, that's all you can say.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, man.
I heard you.
I got hit up. That's it.
Yeah, they got me, man. Yep, Jake got me. It's a done deal. I'm about to go get me some sleep because my ass is.
Yeah, man. Listen to the young brothers out there, man. Listen, man. Nobody's life is a smooth road. You always gonna have bumps in the road. It's just part of being a man, man. And if you can't handle that bumpy road, man, get out the damn way. Pull over to the side. You fix your engine. Fix whatever needs to be fixed. Get your tools, whatever, man. That's just part of life, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about competing against the women or that. Compete against the other world of men. JT, he ain't going nowhere. And believe me, him and Antoine together, I had them in my corner before I had one of you regular ass niggas off the street that talk a lot of shit, because when I say go get suited and booted and ready for war, they know exactly what to do. They not gonna come to me missing ammo, half dressed for the situation. They gonna show up, probably have way more shit than they need, and they gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
So this is the time in life where, listen, if you're over 35, I'll say 30. There's no more excuse about what you wasn't taught, what you didn't grow up with. Fuck that. This is a new day and new age. Get ready now. Stop crying. Stop wasting time. Because once you turn 40, your ass is old too.
Yeah.
And the world is looking at you like, what have you done for me lately? And when you look at your track record and you ain't did shit to put into the world, the new age of going forward in America is no more handouts, no more freebies, no more welfare. No. Don't drive without a damn a valid driver's license.
They're going to make it very hard for you to get your license.
Yes. Yeah. Now you got to pay all this extra money and go through all this extra shit where you could have just took that little weed ticket and been home talking about, man, how can I get another 20 so Ron can drop me off to get the weed this time? But now you done lost everything. Got the girl's car window busted out, all that shit. You ain't got the money for that. And they not gonna give it to you.
You know how wild that shit gonna look now? All the windows is tinted except for that one.
JT, worse. The tint for that one window is not gonna match the rest of the tints on the car.
No, right. This is gonna be brand new.
Hey man, we about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Seven, my man.
Yep.
Hey man, Antoine, y'all take it light, man. I'm about to go and celebrate my grandbaby's birthday tomorrow with my family. And
have fun. Yo, have fun, Grandpa. Have fun.
Yeah,
I just celebrated mine too.
Yeah.
JT, you down to 5 more Christmases. So
hey, you already know, in a half.
Yeah. And we're gonna take that half too. We're gonna take it.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Man.
All right, man. Salute to y'all, man. I'll holler back at y'all, man. Much love. Peace out.